Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. Oh, art thou Florian?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 2 days since we've last streamed. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. KJ is on his way. He'll be 5 minutes and then he'll be joining us. So big up to all of you guys. We are back. Everything as scheduled. Tomorrow as well, inshallah, we're going to do 2 watch-alongs and all that type of stuff. So big up to you guys. Big up to everyone already in the building. We already have 120 people locked in. Please close the live chat. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. All the links to my brother's channels are in the description. KMac channels where you can find KMac. Liverpool Chats TV is where you can find Jamie. Mika doesn't have a channel. And Mike Das LFC is where you can find Mike Das's channel. So how are you guys doing? You guys good?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. All good. Really happy that Arsenal.
I feel quite empty, to be fair.
Jamie, can we not discuss this on stream, please? We've already done this before. Can we not? That's why
I've never felt.
Yeah. I'd rather discuss like any other topic. Like I'd rather discuss any other topic. I can tell Emeka got a haircut, so big up. Fresh trim, you get me?
Big up. Clean. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on, so you know.
Big up to you, Emeka. It's not my fault. You were traveling, Habibi. What can I do?
Yeah, no, I missed
you were traveling. I like Emeka always tries to throw me under the bus like it's my fault. Brother, you were traveling, Habibi. What am I supposed to do? I asked you and you said, sorry, I'm busy, I'm traveling. Okay, wait. Oh, no, you have to come. Khalas, yani. Big up to you, brother.
It was a good show, though. I listened to it. It was a good show. It was a good show you guys had. Good conversation.
The Liverpool shows on Friday are one of my favorite shows too. It's always a lot of fun. Sit back and talk LFC. Anyway, speaking of talk LFC, boys, Mike Das, I'm gonna start with you. Let's just get straight into it. Like I said, like and subscribe, chat. Let's just you get me. Don't want to keep interrupting to say that, so just hit it right now and enjoy the show. Mike, Forest away this Sunday. One of the tough games for us over these last 2 to 3 years. Must-win game, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's such thing as a non-must-win game. There's only 12 games left. You have to win every single one of them. If you want to guarantee yourself top 5, win all of them. So yeah, every single game going forward is a must-win. But I also said that in December. But regardless, Nottingham Forest after 3-0 to Brighton. To be honest with you, I don't even remember the Brighton game. Like legit, I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Thank God you said Nottingham Forest," because if you had said Brighton, I would not have had a single clue as to what to say. All I remember is Szoboszlai scoring, the Mo penalty, and I don't even know what the other goal was. I can't even think of what that third goal was. But listen, there you go. That's right, from Kirkes. But yeah, you know, Forest away. I believe last year Jota had to save us for a draw. I think Chris Wood scored against us too. There was a 1-1 game. I think Jota tied it at the end of the game. It's not exactly a ground that we go to and perform well at, but I don't know. I mean, going forward, I think everything is dependent on us. I think that Brighton game sort of proved, which angers me. You guys have been capable of doing this all season. You know, don't act like this wasn't there. Don't act like this wasn't possible. And at the end of the day, I don't care about a manager bounce. I don't care about any of these intangibles. Nottingham Forest are a shit football team. It's that simple. They had no business being even close to the top 8 last season. This year, I don't even think they are. So it doesn't really matter how you get it done. Go out there, get the win. I don't believe in Arne Slot, but I'm not going to have that conversation today. I'm too tired of it. I'm bored of it. I'm over it. I've accepted it. I'm dead. But with this game, just get it done. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you need to put 11 guys on the goal line for 89 minutes and score in the 90th. Get it done. I don't need to see good football. I don't need to see something to build towards. I don't need to see anything. Win the game 1-0 with a terrible VAR awarded penalty. I don't care because I don't believe in this guy going forward. So just get it done now. And I think that he's going to be here in the future anyway. So just get me to next season as fast as possible. Just get it done. Sorry for the lack of in-depth analysis, but I'm sort of defeated at this point. I don't have any passion towards this football club.
I've always got passion towards the football club. My internet's playing up, so can someone take over? And I'll jump on in a sec.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, listen. I think because Forest was out of the Premier League for 20 odd years, I think people actually don't realize the heritage of this specific fixture in terms of us actually going to their ground. When you add that one win we had where Nunes scored in the 90th, I think that was our first win there since, I believe it was 1975 or something crazy like that. If you actually go through the history of us at Nottingham, we generally don't win there. And they generally don't win at Anfield. So both of those things have kind of changed in recent history. But I think more so what I'm looking at is, as I've said before, like, I'm not getting up for a top four battle. Like, a top four battle is going to be up and down. We're going to drop points. Chelsea will drop points. United will drop points, etc. So I don't really believe in the term must win for top four. It's going to go all the way to the last day. That's the position we're in. I'm more so looking at the mentality of the players. I think these are games where you show your mentality. Like, this is a team that came and humiliated you on your patch. So regardless of whatever the table's saying, that's not relevant to me. It's more so I want to see how the players respond to the way they humiliated us at our ground. So I want to see a performance, or a win will be good too, but I just want to see the players perform. I don't want to see us roll over. They do have a new manager, so we can expect some sort of bounce there, but I generally don't care. Like, these are games where you have to show your mettle as a Liverpool player. Teams aren't supposed to come to Anfield and win 3-0. Like, I don't care about the circumstances. We can talk about Slot. We can talk about whoever. I look at the players too. You can't roll over 3-0 at Anfield. I want to see them respond, and I want to see them do it in a big way. So that's what I'll be looking for. I think the team, I don't want to say the team's turned a corner. I just think the team now has accepted their reality. It's a top four race. There's 2 trophies that they can still compete for and still have a successful season, specifically going for number 7. And I think you can tell from some of the quotes coming out from the players that that's where their mentality is now as well. So that's kind of where I'm at with it too. Like, top 4, I know some of the Liverpool
Yeah, but you've
journalists-
got to get some good performances going in the league too.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
even like the Tuchel side and our sides and stuff like that, in the end, like, we got some form of momentum in the league. Like, you
Yeah.
can't. I'm not a fan of like, oh, let's play like ass against Forest, and then in the Champions League we're gonna become prime Barcelona. What if it backfires? Because remember, it's top 5 that gets you Champions League football. What if it backfires and, let's say, God forbid, but like an Arsenal Baku situation happens to us, where maybe we get to the final and lose, or get to the semi-final and lose. You cannot bank it on us winning the Champions League.
No, I agree.
That's
I
the thing.
agree. What I'm saying, Hussam, is that I think we're going to get top 4. What I'm saying is that, like, the performances now and how the coach is going to set up the team and the performances of the players is more so what I'm looking at, because I feel like all these games are more setups for the games that more or less matter now for us, which is going to be the FA Cup games and the Champions League games. That doesn't mean I'm throwing away the Prem games. They still matter. The team does need to build momentum. And I think that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been attacking a little bit better. The balance looks better. they're still out of possession. I still don't trust Slot's setup. That's always been my concern with him. So, and I don't expect that to change. So I still believe if we are going to win anything this year, it's purely going to be based on individual brilliance of our players. But again, as a Liverpool fan, I don't care. Like if the players are the ones that deliver us a trophy this season, I'm going to be happy. And I think that's, as I said, I think that's what they're locked in on as well. But again, just for this specific fixture, I just want the players to show that they didn't take that 3-0 beat down lightly. We have to go there and we have to put on a performance. So
the problem is, like, for me is like this. I feel like I've done this whole. The team has turned the corner this season at least like 10 times, and we've been catfished one too many times for me to believe. Like unless
back in the same place.
Yeah, like unless the team perform properly. Yeah,
Yeah.
unless the team perform properly for like 4 to 5 games, bro. Like I just can't.
And that's why I don't even think we've turned the corner.
Would it shock you if we lose 2-1 this Sunday? It wouldn't shock me.
No, it wouldn't. It would shock me. Like I don't think we should lose. Like I don't want to say shock. I don't want to use the word shock, but like I do think the players should perform. Like I don't know. I just feel like it would be weird for them to be like, we are in a top 4 battle. So as I said, we are going to drop points. Like I am expecting us in these next 12 games to have bad games where we don't win, where it doesn't look great. But again, I'm at the point now where it's more so I want to see how they perform in the actual crunch time games, like the Champions League games, the FA Cup games. The Prem games, I just think are going to be up and down. Like that's what I'm expecting, but I still expect us to get top 4, top 5, whatever it is. As I'm saying, like just in terms of me as a fan and where I think the players are as well, I just think their focus is on the cup games now. But yeah.
I agree with you. I do agree with you as well. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's a very risky business we're getting into as well. And it's on the manager to mentally prepare them for the league games as well. And the other thing is, Nottingham Forest played yesterday, Europa League.
Yeah,
They played yesterday. I think they beat someone 3-0 yesterday. I forgot who. I think it was Fenerbahce or something. They beat them 3-0.
They played a strong team too, Hussam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it adds to your point. We had a week off. They've just played Europa League football. So there is no excuse of anything like to bring up. You have
this for me is Liverpool having an advantage. Like Nottingham Forest aren't used to playing 3 games a week. Like that's not something they've done before. And they had a tough game against Fenerbahce. Like they played well, by the way, but they had to play their big players. Like we had a pretty easy game against Brighton at home. Let's be fair. Like that was a stroll. Like there wasn't a huge amount that Brighton threw at us. Remember, they left all their main players on the bench, and we were already 2-0 up before they started bringing some of them on, which was pointless. Liverpool have got a big advantage.
Okay, Matt, quickly to that point, can somebody explain to me, like for these mid-table clubs, right? Like a Brighton, where you're not going to win the league, you're probably not going to get Europe, like you're not going to get relegated. Why are you resting players for cup?
It's weird.
Games.
It's weird why you wouldn't play Welbeck. It's weird why you wouldn't play Welbeck and Matoma. Like I
just don't understand that. I don't get
why
that.
you'd have like an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old up front. Like, you know, it's a bit odd. Like, but I do think we can get a Forest. I really do think we can get a Forest. I think we can get a Forest because this manager wants to play football, and any team that wants to play football against Liverpool, we normally actually beat them. It's the ones that want to play anti-football and they want to play groks and they want to go head-to-head with us are the ones that normally do succeed this season. If you look at all the games we've lost and drawn, they've normally been against pretty dross teams, like, to be honest. Apart from Man City, like Man City were all right, but we kind of threw that away. We should have won that one. But I'm being quite positive. Like I actually think we probably get a result against Forest. I do. We've had a lot of rest. We've got 2 central defenders who are just playing unbelievable right now in Virgil Canate.
we're so crap that
Kirk is
K-Mac
in
has to say
great
he's
form.
positive about
Kirk
beating
is
the team in
in great
17.
form.
Crazy.
McAllister's looking like the old McAllister, like he really is. He's looking like, Jamie said it on his show. Isn't it weird that McAllister now comes into life? At this time of the season, he always does it.
February
And
onward.
Dominic Szoboszlai is on cloud 9. What we need is we really need Arnie not to break up the right-hand side. The right-hand side needs to stay the way it is, because we could do with a couple more games of Mo Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones having a nice connection there. And then what we probably need to get rid of Cody out of that attack, because he is so bad at breaking things up on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side. So let's see what happens, but I actually think we've got a good chance.
Yep.
Show 10 now.
I mean, look, the fact that Forest are in 17th and you're saying I'm positive because I predict us to beat Forest in 17th shows where we're at as an institution. But for me, there's two
I didn't
clubs
realize they were that low, by the way.
Yeah, there's two clubs that come to mind that I feel like we're in kind of low-key, very similar positions to right now, which is Arsenal with Emery and Chelsea with Mauricio Sarri. They both went head-to-head for the top 4 and got to the Europa League final. Chelsea were so relaxed in that final because they already guaranteed Champions League football for the year after, and they ended up slapping Arsenal. The thing is, like, the reason why I'm just like reiterating that point is, as much as I back us, as much as I love our chances in the Champions League, and I do agree we take it more seriously, it can't be the thing that I bank on. We have to get top 5. And our opponents for top 5, Chelsea, after Burnley tomorrow, we will be there for the hate watch, inshallah, so stay tuned. But after Burnley tomorrow, they've got like 7 difficult fixtures in a row. United, City, Arsenal, blah, 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 like Newcastle. We've got quite a few difficult fixtures. So that could be them falling apart. And if one of Chelsea or Man United do fall apart, we have to be there. Even Villa falling apart, we have to be there. So we have to get Champions League football next season. Because guess what? You see Emeka talking about number 7. I want to be in a chance to talk about winning the Champions League next season, whether it's with Slaughter or someone else. It's the truth. And I love K-Mac's optimism. Oh, Cody Gakpo should be dropped. Brother, there's a bigger chance of like so much more things happening. It's just at this point, bro, asking for Gakpo to get dropped is just you are basically setting yourself up to get. You are setting yourself up to get
fire alarm. Sorry, I'll go on mute.
Oh, God, you got to leave. You got to leave.
setting yourself up to get disappointed, bro. It's really setting yourself up to get disappointed. So, yeah, this is what it is. Jamie, you've been silent. Well, what do you think of this Forest game?
Comfortable victory coming up, like I keep telling people. Liverpool are back. Let's go. Everyone's starting to click now. Midfielders starting to work. Yeah, Graven Bitch has been dropped. Life is good, man. Life is good. Kirkis is balling out. Salah's back. Slot's growing some hair. We're rolling, man. We're rolling. 3 points on the weekend. We roll on. Let's keep it going. Next question.
Florian, how art thou, Florian?
Next question, man. Let's go. Come on. Let's fire this along.
To be fair to Jamie, he's had this energy before every game since December. So he doesn't switch up. Jamie doesn't switch up.
I see something about Liverpool at the moment, man. I think Liverpool, the Man City game, Liverpool should have won. That was individual mistakes. Liverpool actually played really well, especially in that second half. Recent games, 2 clean sheets, playing well as well, some good football. I actually do think some players are starting to click in. I do think it is starting to work for certain players now. It's February. McAllister's coming out of hibernation. It happens every year, man. It happens every year. February onwards, McAllister becomes a player. Before that, plays like me. Kirkes, best left back in the league. Szoboszlai is the best midfielder in Europe right now. Yeah, Salah getting some form back as well. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Is anyone getting excited about us
blessed.
maybe signing another Hungarian? Because I
Yeah,
am.
man, I'm feeling blessed, man. I'm feeling blessed. You know,
Who?
3 points
Who are they
at
talking
Forest.
about?
We're looking at a right back called Salius. I think his name is.
What's
The
our
Hungarian
obsession
right
with
back.
like why do we only sign players from like why do we look at our first 11 and we go, can we get this guy's national team? Can we get this guy's national team? Except for Egypt. Egypt is the only one where we've never even made an attempt to re-dip inside. We're like, you know what? Salah's enough. We don't need any more
Dip
Egyptians.
inside. That's a word, isn't it?
Yeah. Last time I did that, I got arrested. Right.
Okay.
No, look. There's only Salah in Egypt, man. Who are we going for in Egypt, man? That's just comfortable victory, man. Comfortable victory in the weekend. Liverpool go. I think Liverpool win their next 4 Premier
What
League
makes you
games.
so confident? Tell me.
I smell the vibes.
Momentum.
I see. I actually. Look, this is not even me bullshitting it. I do see something in our players where they look a little happier. And I know people always say that's bullshit, right? Motivation for players is like motivation for any human being walking the earth, yeah? Right? Everyone can be down. Don't matter how rich you are. Don't matter what sport you play or anything like that, yeah? You know, they look a bit more happier in what they're playing right now. You know, I really do think some players are starting to click a little bit. You know, I think some players are starting to understand their role in the team, especially someone like Kirkes, who's now, you know, used to playing 3 games a week now, and he's got used to that, and he's starting to understand his role at the football club and that he can be a very good player for us. You know, Ekatike the same. Salah finding some form for me in the last couple of weeks. You know, it doesn't go under the radar that Liverpool are starting to bang in goals as well now, or more regularly that Salah's playing up front. You know, Szoboszlai is in the form of his life right now, looking like an absolute well-beater. You know, he's doing everything. McAllister is starting to come into some form again. Even if I hate or not, I have to be truthful with McAllister in the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's starting to play again to a little bit more of a level, which makes us a little bit better. You know, grabbing bitches, that's what he is. But, you know, Virgil looks like the old Virgil the last few weeks. I think we can all agree with that. He looks more of the leader at the back. Kanate, since he went bald, has just, you know, shut me up and looks like a superb centre-back. You know, so Curtis Jones coming into the team. I think there is some players that are starting to hit form and understand, you know, what they have to do at the football club right now. And I'm not going to get a slot no more because there's no point. We've all had the discussions about the manager. There's no point going over it again and again and again and again. He's here at the moment. He's the Liverpool manager, like it or not. Most of us don't like it, but it is what it is right now.
The problem is I do feel like he's still making mistakes that cost us in games and stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's never gonna not. He sucks.
Maybe.
We all know this.
I just feel
He's done some things well. Make no mistake. I feel like since, to be fair, I'll be honest with you. Now that he's staying, probably more calling him out publicly probably did a bit of benefit to him a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, with the way that he's behaved. But I feel like, you know, certain games, like you see stuff that he does and it's like, why didn't you make do this early? Like for me, the City game, you said it's individual errors. It's not me being reactionary, but probably from 45 minutes onwards, I kept saying, bring on Curtis Jones, bring on Curtis Jones, bring on Curtis Jones. I was literally begging for Curtis Jones to come on, and he brings him on as soon as City equalize. That's probably when I could use Gakpo on the left-hand side, like, and you take him off, like a bit too late for me. So I think the thing for me, 2 things that I think have let Slot down this season is his in-game management and his man management. Those 2 things this season compared to last, like,
and his players.
Let's say we were doing the stream on 21st February 2025. We would be here talking about Slot's amazing man management and his amazing in-game. And look how he brought out this guy to make this team better. And look how he made this tactical substitution that changed the game. And look how he's speaking so amazing in the public. And now it's like this stuff.
You're oversimplifying it, though. You like you're not. That's his man management and in-game management. Those are reactionary decisions. You are looking at how something is proceeding, and then based on what your interpretation of the game is at the time, you're making a change, which means that you didn't even set up to the game the proper way. Last season, if we went back in hindsight, and if you praise someone for their in-game management and their ability to completely change everything, that means that every single game that you applauded him to do that, he set up wrong. This season, he continued to set up wrong, but failed at the latter. He failed to have in-game management. The issue at the root this entire season is us and the way that we approach games. And the fact that we, more often than not, we let the first 45 minutes just go to complete waste. And we're lucky if the score is 0-0. And we're lucky if for some reason we decide to turn up for 10 minutes of that half, which is more often around the 30-minute mark, right? Like when I see us have good first half performances, in reality, what I'm saying is that from the 30th minute to the 40th minute, we just decided to turn it on.
This season or last season?
This season. More often than not in the first half, I feel like we turn it on at the 30th minute, and then it sort of fades away towards the end of the first half, and then we come out the second half and we start slow again. Like, to me, it's your setup is completely wrong, and the fundamentals of your game are completely wrong. They don't benefit the profile of players that you have. They don't benefit the profile of player that any team on planet Earth has, and you believe that you are smarter and better than everyone else. And the only reason why I think that is because the only times that we don't do that is against teams that are, as a matter of fact, better than us. Teams that are without a doubt like Manchester City, teams like Arsenal, teams like Real Madrid, teams that are better teams. I'm not saying that they have a better starting 11. They're a better team than we are. Arsenal are a better team. Real Madrid are a better team. But again, like that's all. It all lands on the fact that you get it wrong from the get-go every single game. And that is the consistent problem. And that's on you. That's not on the players. That's
I agree with you.
anything
That's a
else.
consistent problem. But my thing is, I think managers a lot of the time might get it wrong at the start of the game, but it's on you to fix it. It's on you to make adjust
That's
your
what he was doing last
initial errors.
That's what he was
Now I
doing
agree
last
with you that it's happened a lot this season.
I
But
don't
the reason
think
why I
as
pointed out
consistently as us, though. Like,
Yeah,
yes,
but the
you
reason why
are
I
correct.
pointed out man management, the reason why I pointed out man management and in-game management is I feel like we've had so many games this season where a certain substitution or a certain decision could have won us a game, and it took too long. I'm gonna go back to our first meltdown, Crystal Palace. I'm gonna go back to the first thing that started this whole mess. Crystal Palace away. Chiesa scores. It's 1-1. Leave Selhurst Park with a draw. Why do you have to every single time? You know, I'm. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we ended that game with 2 midfielders, I think, or 1 in the whole team, and it was basically 6-7 forwards on the football pitch.
Yeah, it was way overloaded the other way.
Yeah, that suicide mission as an example cost me a point here. Or this decision cost me a point there. In that
specific scenario,
when
you're
Wirtz
ignoring
missed
the
that
game.
chance, when Wirtz missed that chance to win the game 1-on-1, it was a really easy chance as well. Quite unforgivable. that
Which
he missed
game?
The Crystal Palace game.
Wirtz
The
should have
goalkeeper
scored.
saved it 1-on-1. That was that was
remember.
the 2-1 winner. When that didn't go in, he should have just gone, I'm taking a 1-1 here. I'm taking a 1-1.
And I do think some players, to
Chelsea
be
as
fair
well,
to
by the
them,
way. Chelsea as well.
I'll just say one thing. Some players, to be fair to them as well, have improved a lot. Like Kirkes now, I think is now picking up some of last season's form.
Yeah.
But as an example, now to Mike's point, Kirkes ain't underlapping. That's the truth.
Well, he's not.
Am I saying Kirkes underlapping now, or am I?
He's playing as a
Because here's the
fullback.
thing, we can sit here and we can praise Kirkes till the cows come home. Because for the last 5-6 games, he's been great, and we all agree he's been fantastic. Now, if we go away to Forest and Slot's asking him to underlap, I'm you get to be once again, we're back at point A. This is where Mike is absolutely spot on. As much as the players have improved, and as much as certain players have improved their performances, you have to be able to platform these players to succeed. I don't want to go to Forest away and see Kirkes underlapping Gakpo. That's when I know, here we go again. It's the same, Mike said, the only thing, I disagree with Mike on only one point. He said, it just doesn't work with anyone. No, it does work. but with a team that is completely different than this team. You need 3 midfielders who are athletic passers, of which we don't have. You need 2 wingers who are elite dribblers and very good at holding the touchline, very good at holding up the ball. Salah can do it to an extent, but he's not an elite dribbler. Gakpo can't do it at all. And you need someone up top who presses and scores goals. So you're trying like to cook something up with ingredients we don't have at all. So now try to change the eventual meal you want to cook up, which is why I'm looking at it like, okay, now we need to be able to platform these players to succeed. Kerkez Habibi, I'm sorry for asking you to underlap all season. Overlap. Run behind Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo find Kerkez on those overlaps. And Kerkez is cooking. You get me? Kerkez is now playing like Kerkez from last season. McAllister, the stuff that he did away at Sunderland and the game against Brighton. Against Brighton, he contested 19 duels. Against Sunderland away, he contested 12 duels, of which he won 9 of them. So the guy's getting stuck in. And he's performing like...
Who's did that, Hussam? Sorry?
McAllister.
Oh, McAllister. Okay.
Yeah, bro, he contested 19 duels against Brighton. I know he only won 11 or 12 of them, but the point remains. Like, you're fighting, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like, today, like that's basically a duel every 3 minutes. So you're not just sat there, like, doing nothing, you know? A duel every 4 minutes, sorry. So not just sat there doing nothing.
That's my point. That's why I ask. Are you guys saying that the players carry no blame in this form? Like, you're putting everything on Slot?
I'm going to get water and come back. Go on.
I mean,
some players do have blame. Like we have been pretty poor up front. You know, there's been big chances.
We have two wingers. We have 2 wingers with 0 pace. They both can't dribble. Their finishing's both been poor this season.
Yeah.
McAllister just started playing football now. Grav hasn't been at his best. Konate hasn't been at his best. Virgil hasn't been at his best. Kirk has just started playing well. We have no right back. Allison hasn't been at his best. So it's just like, I feel like it's way too simple to just put everything on Slot. And I was Slot out, don't get me wrong, but it's just like,
you're also simplifying it in your analysis.
By you naming that many problems, the only person you can blame is Slot, because you can't blame every single player. That's the thing. If you've got individuals, look, the thing that Don talked about, which and Mike did as well, which I wanted to just highlight a bit, is, and I didn't want to go down this Slot out and all of this stuff because it's just pointless. Okay, I'm in a good mood, and I think Liverpool will do well against Nottingham Forest, and I think we'll probably do well in the next couple of games. Quite positive about the way we've been. The biggest issue I've got with him right now, and the biggest issue I'm probably going to have with him, is he has a favoritism to Gakpo, McAllister, and Gravenberch. He just does. Okay, that is just how he is, and he has a favoritism towards playing Dominic Szoboszlai as a right back. Okay, he just has. Okay, and there's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. Yeah. Now the issue is the common denominator in us getting into form and starting to play pretty good football, where players are scoring and assisting and starting to gel together, is by having a progressive midfielder that's got energy, pace, possession play, forward passing, and he's all action. Curtis Jones. Check Curtis Jones. You put Curtis Jones on the left-hand side when McAllister was on the bench a lot, and Kirkes started playing well, Ekitike started playing well, and Wirtz started playing well. And Wirtz was on the left-hand side. He wasn't in the 10. Okay.
Did our wingers start playing well?
The right-hand side, Mo Salah wasn't there. He was away on AFCON. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
You can't even blame him for that stuff.
Not Salah. I'm saying in general. Did any of our wingers start playing well?
This is when Eki and Wirtz went on that banger where they just started passing the ball to each other consistently. But what Slot did, he took out Curtis Jones. He removed Curtis Jones out of the system, put him on the bench. McAllister's been getting better, but Wirtz and Ekitike, they've dried up.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
the players
on the right-hand side, and then you have 3 players all looking brilliant against Brighton which is probably our best game this season, by the way. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. He's seeing the solutions and they're happening on the pitch in front of him. And then he's just taking it away. Like, just because I don't like the guy, I don't know whether he likes him. He's got this favoritism to play his players.
Listen, I agree with you. I agree with
You
you.
don't have to
away
hyper
the
focus
solution.
on Curtis Jones, though.
I take away the solution, and then what? Oh, he's playing crap again. He's not scoring. We're not looking good there. And then he continues, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're mad.
No,
You know,
no,
it's
can't-
Madness.
Emeka, so I understand your point. You think that the players have let Slot down. It's not all on Slot, but here's the problem, right? For the vast majority of the season, the players have not been put in positions to succeed. You talk about how everyone on the wings has been poor this season. The only player who has played in a wide attacking position to some sort of proficiency consistently, albeit only 5 games, is Frimpong. And the reason is because Frimpong is the only player that can kick the ball 20 yards and get back on the end of it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and blame Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Salah for not being able to take on a fullback when all we do is isolate the winger to do that. So you are accepting the fact that the player is incapable of doing it, yet the manager decides that Cody Gakpo gets 80% of our progressive passes going forward. He's in the 95th percentile for receiving progressive passes in attacking situations, even though you admit he's fucking dog shit. Mohamed Salah cannot take on 2 players anymore. He just can't do it. Yet I consistently.
He can't take on one though. He can't take
But
on one.
but it doesn't. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because the manager consistently does it. The manager is the one who puts it there. What do you?
This isn't a Salah conversation.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Actual
Let me finish what I'm saying.
analogy.
This isn't a Salah conversation.
Please don't make this a Salah conversation.
The point is, both of our wingers cannot take on their man, and we don't have a backup for either of them. So
But
you're
hold
saying
on.
that you're saying progressive passes are getting played into Gakpo. Who do you want them to get played into? We have 3 attackers. 2 of them can't do the job. Who do you want them?
You're not understanding. He's putting them in positions. 9 times out of 10, when Cody Gakpo gets the ball, he's the only one in a 20-yard circle. He has the ball. There is the fullback, there is the center back, and then there's the midfielder behind that center back. He's by himself. I have, the majority of the time, Kirkez isn't even there. I can go back and I can pull up all the screenshots from 3 months ago. I can go back and I could do all of the game footage. Mohamed Salah versus Sunderland, the second half, that's the perfect example. Go back, watch the highlights, look at where he is on the pitch. That is a mirror image of what we did with Cody Gakpo. My analogy is simple, right? I don't know what you do for a living, but let's just say, you were a doctor, right? Like all of a sudden you're a surgeon. And I tell you, hey guy, I know that you're a neurosurgeon, but I need you to operate on this dude's foot. You have no fucking idea how to operate on a dude's foot, but you're a surgeon. Do you think that you're going to be able to successfully do that operation? Absolutely not. Just because you're a surgeon doesn't mean that you can, work on any part of the body. That is what that, but that's what Slot is doing. So how could I blame the doctor when I'm the idiot who put a neurosurgeon in for, a fucking broken toenail? I can't think.
So my point is who.
It's just ridiculous.
It's clear that the players. You guys are focused on Gakpo, and I agree. He can't do the job. He's not good enough to be a starting left winger for
Emeka, there's the reason why we focus on him, and you always.
I'm not just focused on.
No, but I'm agreeing.
Cody, by the way.
Agreeing. Let me finish.
Let him finish.
I'm agreeing that he can't do the job. My point is, who do you guys want Slot to put in there instead of him? Like, we're not going to say Rio's going to start every game. As much as I love Rio and I think he has a promising future, he's not ready to start every game. We don't have a left winger to put in there. Just like on the right side, we don't have a right winger. So at the end of the
change
game,
the way you play. You adopt.
Okay, so
adapt.
So you're asking him to change the way he plays, which I agree. Slot has made a lot of mistakes. I would say he's just as much to blame as the players. But if so many of your
just
players,
as much as crazy,
more.
Yeah, but you don't need to change the whole formation to change the way you play. You don't need to change everything. All you had to do with Cody Gakpo is basically say, okay, Cody Gakpo gets the ball. He's isolated. He's one-on-one, but there's no one within 20 yards. Let's get 2 other players to get within 20 yards of him.
Can't turn shit into wine. That's my
no,
point. Like,
no, but you could make it easier for the shit.
if you've ever
Let
played a
let
sport-
Emeka explain because I have a response to what he's saying. But
if
go on.
you've ever played a sport, like I've been on good teams and I've been on shit teams. Like on good teams, your best players make like the coach is going to give you a general framework of what to do. But as elite players, you're going to do what you have to do to get the win. Like at the end of the day, if a player's not good enough, a coach is not going to make him good enough. Like if you listen to Guardiola talk when they ask him, why are you so successful, etc. Like the reason all the best coaches are successful is because they have the best players. Phil Jackson's the best coach ever because he had Kobe and he had Michael Jordan. Guardiola had Messi and he had Iniesta. Like if you don't have the players, like there's only so much a coach can do is my point. That's not to say Slot hasn't made mistakes because he clearly has. His tactics have not been great this season. My point is if you look at who performed for us last year and then you compare it to this year, there's a stark drop-off in a significant number of our players. The recruitment that we did in the summer, while we got a lot of top-end talent, which is why I'm still optimistic for our future, like we weren't properly balanced to actually compete this season. Like we weren't. The recruitment wasn't good enough to actually compete on all four fronts this season. Like we should have expected a slight drop-off in Salah. We should have known Gakpo wasn't good enough to start every game because when he was starting every game before, or a lot of the games before Slot came, he wasn't good enough. So it's like we shot ourselves in the foot with a lot
There's
of
another thing you're forgetting, by the way.
Okay, tell me.
We weren't ready for the introduction of a number 10 at all.
Yep, that too. We don't have the midfielders.
We
behind
needed,
him.
like, as soon as we signed Wirtz,
Yeah.
everyone should have taken a step back and gone like, okay, now I need to figure out how the hell I'm going to play this.
Yeah.
Because there is so much thing, like, playing with a 10 versus not playing with a 10 is two completely different approaches to a football game from a tactical perspective. And I think Jamie brought this up like from 2 months ago. It's not like Wirtz ain't running. I think Wirtz, like at a point in time, averaged like the most runs in the team or something like some running stat. He beat everyone. I know what you're referring. You're referring. Would you say Salah was a dribbler last year?
No, I wouldn't say a dribbler, no. But he still had
Salah
like,
hasn't dribbled
he had
for
more
about
pace.
3 years,
He had
mate.
more pace last season.
Can I just
1 second, Jamie, because there's a point I'm coming to. Do you think Diaz was a dribbler?
Yeah, you would say so.
I would also say so. Now, there's a lot been made this season of the whole take-ons completed stat and like how many take-ons the wingers have and blah, blah, blah. This season, Mo and Gakpo put together average 2.2 take-ons. This is via Squawk. I can share it right now. Average 2.2 take-ons completed per game. So both of them combined average 2.2 take-ons. Last season, Luis Diaz averaged 2 take-ons and Mo averaged 1.6 take-ons completed. So in total, they averaged 3.6 take-ons completed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that extra 1.5 take-on completed per 90 is not the reason why Liverpool can't control games of football.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, the introduction of Florian Wirtz into the team, we weren't ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you bring a number 10 into the team, automatically you have to change the way that you play football. And we weren't ready. We didn't do it properly. We didn't bring Florian Wirtz and adapt to the team. Because when you beat Bayern Munich and when you beat Manchester City to the signing of a player that you look at as the future of the football club, him alongside Isak Ekitike, blah, blah, I have no problem with the Isak Ekitike element because a number 10 needs a striker. And I begged for Wirtz and Isak to play with each other when they were there. I promise you, if Wirtz and Isak played with each other, the GA thing wouldn't have went on for so long because they were playing really well with each other anyway. But anyway, point is, I think we weren't ready for the introduction of the number 10 on the pitch because we thought that Trent is now leaving. I'm going to replace his creativity with a number 10. That's fine. But then, as soon as you plug in the team with a number 10, how does the rest of the team adjust? Because now, Szoboszlai, who was covering the whole right-hand side, and I allowed Mo to stay further forward, now has to change the way that he plays. Gravenberg, who was the lone DM doing all the tackling stuff last season and getting uploaded for it, now has to change the way that he plays. Now he's got to progress the ball as well, which is something he can do. McAllister now needs to be more athletic, which is something that he can't do. Gakpo now needs to dribble more. Salah now needs to dribble more, which is something that's not their strengths. The thing where I disagree with you from what you're saying is the fact that you're saying like them and the players and the manager are equal levels to blame. I don't think they're equal levels to blame at all. Big up KJ. I don't
No, I
think
said
they're equal
manager
levels.
more. I said the manager more, but the players like need blame as well.
I'm not saying the players are blameless. I'm saying Arne Slot, I'm not going to exaggerate. I would probably say he's around 80% plus to blame. The reason why I say that is, look, you can't win the league every year. Okay? Slot is not Pep. He can't win 6 and 8. We all agree that's fine. It's okay to not win the league. It's not okay to be below Aston Villa, below Man United, and below Chelsea. Someone came in the chat, big up Nags Games last week, and he said something. He's like, the reason why I'm Slot out is because I accept that we can't win the league. I don't accept us being below Villa and Chelsea and Man United. Because at the bare minimum, this is the third best squad in the league. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, players dropping off, blah, blah, blah. This is the third best squad in the league. And minimum we should be is third. And to be honest, his logic is very logical. Okay, you can't win the league. No problem. Not everyone can win the league every year. Ferguson didn't win the league every year. Mourinho did. It's okay. But at least be in a respectable position where we're not sat here starting the show by talking about the top 5 race. Why am I in a top 5 race? That's the thing that I have a problem with Arne Slot. And the stuff that I brought up, which is the in-game management and the man manager thing has been dreadful. I think someone needs to tell him to never mention PSG in a press conference ever again because it irritates everyone. Stop saying the same stuff over and over again. You know, those are the things that irritate us as a fan base. And that's why some people always say like, oh, the ones that, you know, the ones that go the game are different. Many of the ones that go the game are also Slot out. But they're not going to go to Anfield and sing Slot out because that they know, okay, the guy's probably staying to the end of the season and we'll see what the club decides. And for me, not getting top 5 is more than a sackable offense.
Of course.
More than sackable. Like you have to. It's very important. I'm sorry for repeating, but it's very important for me to make this clear. I understand that you can't win the league every season. I just don't accept being below Villa, Chelsea, and United. That's where I'm going to draw the line. If someone called Arsenal or City finish above you, fair. Don't finish above below the rest. That's what I have.
So your point, you made the point of we weren't prepared for the switch to playing with a 10, right? So do you think with the players we have specifically in the midfield, we can play like and with the loss of Trent, we can play the way we need to play and have that 10, like we can optimize Wirtz with the current players that we have without a pass from deep.
Yes, because me and you have been begging for the solution to play. Curtis Jones.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is all quite simple, and I've said this all season. The reason our wingers don't look as good as last season is because we don't give them the ball quick enough like we did last season. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, we don't want to transition.
It is literally as simple as that. Plus, we're asking Cody Gakpo now to play build-up play from the left wing. Cody's at his best as just being the finisher of the move, not being in the move. That's Cody. We don't give the ball quick enough to Mo anymore, which means when he's got 2 or 3 people around him, because he's not the best dribbler, you know, he's not going to get the best out of him. So we don't move the ball as quick into the wide areas, into the threatening areas of the pitch as we did last season. And it's as simple as that. And when Liverpool do move the ball quickly, like they did against Brighton, you saw how much better our wide players looked because of it. Because they're getting more space, more time on the ball, more time to pick their head up, to play passes, to be threatening, to run at fullbacks. It's quite simple. Do you know the mad thing is, because I'm going through like, do you know only Semenyo in the league has actually got more GA than Mo Salah this year, and Mo Salah had 5 weeks off.
Yeah.
Do you know crazy
I
that
think
is?
Mo Salah had 5 months off Jamie as well.
Jamie.
You know how crazy that is. And he's also created the most goal-scoring opportunities out of any winger in the league as well. So this is why I keep fighting back at people when they say he's physically done and his legs are gone. He's not. I see him breaking pace speed the other day. He's actually running too fast. I think they clocked him running the
34.5.
Yeah, 34.5 miles an hour. He's running
kilometers per hour.
Yeah, he's running too quick at times, and he's not physically gone. What Liverpool have done, They've decided to build up their play on the other side of the pitch this season with Cody Gakpo. So most of our play goes to the left. Cody Gakpo is at his best at the end of a transition, not in a build-up. He's the finisher of a move, not the mover of a move. And we're giving the ball we're taking too long to give the ball to Mo. Obviously, he had Trent at right back. If Mo found space, Trent's just pinging the ball to him, yeah? And then you let Mo do his thing. Now, because we ain't got Trent there, we're playing it a different way. We're playing the ball into the back line, playing it into the full-backs, into the centre-backs, then into the central midfield areas. Then they all get their head up. Salah's got 87 people around him. Cody Gakpo's offside. You know, and it's just you can't move the ball. I do believe our wingers are not as bad as people say. It's that we're making them look shit by the way we build up play. It's as simple as that for me.
Just to reinforce what Jamie is saying, I think that one of the biggest problems for why the wingers look so poor has to do with speed, but it's the fact that we don't have, like, Brighton and who did we play where Kirk has had the assist to Newcastle? Brighton and Newcastle are like two of the only games this season where I can think where like that felt like a vintage transition. Like that felt like a Liverpool football transition goal. And the reason is because more often than not, when we transfer the ball from the back line to the midfield in the transition phase of play, the midfield slows the game down. And I want everyone to go back and watch Dominic Szoboszlai's goal against Brighton. Something very specific happens. Cody Gakpo picks up the ball at the halfway line and he turns in. And if you look at Szoboszlai puts his arms out and he's got his hands out. Szoboszlai looks like he's basically saying, whoa, slow down. Let's all settle. Let's control. And Cody Gakpo never takes his head up. And it just goes, fuck it. I'm pinging this to Salah. Pings it. Once he pings it, Szoboszlai, unchains himself and runs into the open space that Brighton just left. But it's that little moment that I don't see anymore. Every time someone gets the ball at the halfway line, the number one instinct this season has been turn around, find the pass backwards, let's find some control. It's never, fuck it, open the can and go. It's never that. It's never that.
And that's why Gravenberch gets picked every single time. Sideways. Curtis Jones against Brighton, by the way. 71 touches, 47 accurate passes, 19 passes into the opposition half. Common denominator is the guy that keeps on getting dropped. When he plays, our team look a better team, possession-wise.
He plays fast. It's because he plays fast.
He plays fast passes.
Because he wants to go forward.
Almost slows down the game forward. As well.
Yes, 100%.
Look at his goal. Look at his goal. He was playing as a right back, and he made that run.
Like, my point is that both players are slowing down the game. I don't think you can only put that on Grav. That's where I would look at the coach and say this is clearly an instruction he's giving the player.
Exactly.
No, you're right. It's an instruction. That's how Arnie wants us to play. Like
he wants to play slow, methodical football.
If you look at Gravenberch last season, the reason why a lot of people really rated him last season is because he did move the ball quickly, right? Yeah. Szoboszlai was running everywhere to give Mo Salah the space. Trent would then just kick the ball into Mo Salah's path, so you get it really quickly. McAllister was moving the ball with one touch, playing it out. Diaz was getting hold of the ball when he was the ball runner who could take players on and get into attacking areas. Cody was finishing off the chances because Cody's goal return was decent last year. We've changed all that now to like this, where we got to keep the ball as long as we can to bring the other team onto us and then to get into their space. But teams are not falling for it. So they're just dropping deep. And that's why Slot says, which annoys me, is when I just rip up what I'm going to say to the team when I've seen their team sheet, the opposition team sheet, because they're just going to play a low block. It's because they figured Arna out. They know all Arna's going to do is keep the ball, sideways, wait for the press to come on, and then try and get in behind the press really quickly and expose us. If teams play a low block and you keep playing like that way, it's why Liverpool looks shit. Last season, they played faster, quicker, more tempo, and got the dangerous players in dangerous positions. We're not doing that this season. That's why everyone's dropped off. And that's down to the manager.
KJ, talk to the people, brother. Welcome to the stream. Talk to me.
Oh.
What's your thoughts on everything you've heard?
Firstly, apologies that I was late. So big up the guys on the panel. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure everybody subscribe to everyone and etc. etc. But just listening in, I couldn't agree more. In all honesty, like all I could do is pretty much reaffirm what Jamie, Mike, and K Mac has been saying, and Emeka, because it is all down to the manager. And when we look on it, it's the fact that we're slowing play down. We probably, as Liverpool fans, we probably wouldn't mind having a bit more possession and whatnot. But it's how we're using this possession that we're on. The possession is too slow. There's loads of times where Jamie's highlighted Salah's already gone in the move. We could easily do rondos from the back and then play Salah in from when we're on the transition. Same with Gakpo's side. Losing Trent, obviously, that's a massive loss. His creativity and whatnot, especially his chemistry he had with Salah down at right-hand side. But that's not to say, obviously, we can't create in the same way. But that's not to say we can't play Salah in down the channel or through that right-hand half space by a quick move. What do we do rondos for if that's the case? What do we create triangles for? What do we do all this training and create interchanges, interpasses, all these passing lanes? What are all they for if we're not going to utilize them? And this is where it's baffled all of us this season, because it's clear for everyone to see, especially when we're watching the game live and you could see Grav on the ball or McAllister on the ball, and straight away in the half space, Wirtz or Szoboszlai, Salah, Gakpo, all it takes is that ball just to be threaded through or punched in. And instead, we put our foot on the ball, we look left, we look right, or we'll go back home and recycle play when we could have just taken a risk. So I pretty much agree with what everyone was saying, and I think it was spot on.
You know what it is? We are better when we have less possession. Brighton had more possession. Brighton had more possession than us, yeah. But when you watch the game, Liverpool fired a better team. Do you know this thing that I think a lot of coaches are obsessed by possession-based football because they believe that you're the better football team if you have more possession. It's not really true. If you've got a system and a tactic that works without possession and it benefits the players you have, then you're the better team. Do you know what I mean? Because you're then letting them do what they want to do because you're tricking them to the way you want to play. What the opposition have done to Liverpool this season is trick us into the way they want to play, the way we want to play. We're playing the way that Slot wants us to play, but the opposition want us to play that way, so they just drop deep. They just drop back now. They don't let Liverpool have it. Liverpool got the second most possession this season in the Premier League. I think only Man City have got more passes or something like that. It's because Liverpool are just short pass, because a lot of coaches believe if you got the ball, the opposition can't score. It's bullshit because Liverpool have the ball, but we lose more games and concede more goals when we have more possession than the opposition. When Liverpool have less possession, when Liverpool has less possession than the opposition, Liverpool actually keep the goals down on their end, but score more on the other end. That tells you the players suit a faster counter-attacking system. But you're trying to make a possession-based system.
You look at some of the big games we've won this season, yeah? Inter Milan away, Real Madrid at home, they had more possession than us. Arsenal at their ground, we got a draw, they had more possession. Arsenal at our ground, they had more possession. Like, we have actually played better when we've had the ball less because we are a transition team, like, just by design. We have been for so many years. And this sloth ball, because it is sloth ball, let's be honest, it's just like horrible to watch. We are one of the most horrible teams to watch. We really are. Like, the amount of times I fell asleep, like, I literally fell asleep in games because I'm like, what's happened? That's okay, 0-0. And because, like, you can even pick out moments in the game where Liverpool go into this mold where the first 15 minutes is a bit chaotic, yeah, and then there's like 20 minutes of nothing. Liverpool just and then maybe we have a little run at the end to try and get a goal before half time. Then we come out the second half too slow. Then if we get a bit of control in the game, maybe get a goal, then or we're behind, then we try and get back into the game. And then if they score or we're winning, we then go into this other mold where we just then start defending automatically. Liverpool have like this real robotic way of doing things now. Like, and the thing is, Arnie talked about it last season. that he wanted Liverpool to be robotic.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want it to be like this.
Okay, but
Maybe
you
last
can't.
season, we
In the
couldn't
words
be
of Mike
robotic
Tasks,
again.
Konate passes to Virgil. Virgil passes to Konate.
Okay, yeah, but listen, listen.
Gives it
Do
to
not,
the fullback.
don't say a bad word about my boy. Okay, I'll die on the top. Listen, my words that rung out in October they're beautiful now with what Konate's performances have been. But here's the problem with this.
He's playing for a contract, by the way, Mike.
Yeah, but listen, I've always believed in him, and at the end of the day, half of these mistakes aren't his fault. You're putting the guy in a position to fail. Again, I'll always go back to Arsenal away, where he got sent off, where he got sent off for a red card because he had to defend Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus at the same damn time. Now, listen, the problem with this is that there's only like 6 games a season where Liverpool are realistically going to have less possession than the other team. Now, it may sway because, again, we were up 2-0 on Brighton, and we seemed a little bit content with letting Brighton have the ball in the second half of that game. If we go up 2-0 in the first half, or we go up 1-0 and the other team gets more possession, I get it. If it's 0-0, Burnley's not going to come to Anfield and have 70% possession. We're not going to go to Burnley and they're going to have 70% possession. The problem that I think I don't have an issue with us having more of the ball. That's not my issue. The issue is that no one ever takes the risk, because again, with Jurgen Klopp, we had more of the ball a lot of the time, but the difference in that possession, and listen, you could say Trent, but there were other guys who did it too. There's moments where you just need to stop. Yeah, you just need to stop and take a risk. And if that risk turns into a transition, guess what? If you defend that transition, now you have a transition. So to me, like this rock and roll of football, this boxing match, you need to be able to trust your transitional defense, and you sort of need to like manufacture transitions against you. Because at the end of the day, when you take a risk, you know that there's the possibility that I'm going to get countered. But in theory, you really want that to happen because that'll open up space for you. You can't just have the ball for 80 minutes and pass it 600 times and get 350 touches in the opposition final third and have no shots on target. That's called Arsenal. I don't want to be Arsenal. That's not how I want to play. The issue is Gravenberch will get the ball and he'll never think, let me try to thread it. Or McAllister will get it and he'll never think, let me try to thread it. Like Virgil and Konate have to be the guys who thread the ball. But why are my center backs the ones playing the 40, 50-yard passes to break the lines? That doesn't make any sense. The issue is we don't get as many transitions because we don't take risks and we don't provide moments for other teams to counter us. And then when we do, it's when we're so bored and it's been 15 minutes of playing U-ball that bang, it happens in an instant. And you're so out of position because the players are so frustrated because we haven't done anything. So I think
you explained the issue.
Individual
We don't
brilliance,
have any passers in the team, right? Our best passer is probably Virgil. Like we don't have any passers.
But McAllister can do it, and he proved last season that he can do it.
Konate can do it. Van Dijk can do it, and
I
see it.
Szoboszlai has been our best passer this season.
I think Jones has.
I think Virgil's our best passer.
I just think that
best passer.
Great, we all disagree again.
Oh, hold on. Ask yourself this question: Is it a question of I don't have the player to make the pass? Or is it a question of the player is not making the pass? Because to me, the amount of times this season that I have seen Ekitike or Isak or Wirtz or even McAllister or Curtis Jones, someone make a good looking run. And I'm like, play the ball. And I see the dude with the ball. I see the dude with the ball look at it. And he's like, he has the half-second thought. And he just, you know what? No. My problem is play the pass. I don't care if you do it. Play the pass.
TK makes in games.
I will say this, yeah. When we see these passes on the TV, yeah, or sitting high in the stands, it looks easy from there.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't. It doesn't always look easy.
I'm not saying every time. I'm not saying this is a video game. This is a FIFA.
Yeah, from on the pitch, as a player standing on the pitch with all them players in front of him, that pass might not look as easy as it does on the TV. So I will give them that as a benefit of doubt. I actually think Liverpool's main problem this whole season has been pressing. It's not about passing. I think it's been about pressing. That's in Liverpool's main issue.
We don't create anything off that.
When Liverpool have less possession than the opposition, Liverpool press higher up the pitch. And because Liverpool press higher up the pitch, we've got quality players in the team, they get the ball back quicker.
Muscle
Right.
memory.
Because
we
Liverpool.
don't get the ball back from our press though. Like we
Yeah, we do when we
We have in the moments where we have pressed this season. we have.
when we play higher up the pitch, we do. The problem is because Liverpool want to be a possession-based football team. He likes his team to withdraw. We know this. Slot has basically shown us this all season. Liverpool withdraw as a team. The whole 10 withdraw on the pitch. They drop back. They get into try and make a structure at the back. They pick the ball up and then they go pass. You know, Liverpool. That's why I always say Liverpool are at their best when they have a little less possession. And I'm not saying like 30% possession. I'm saying like it could be 45, 46% possession Liverpool have. But because of that, they're a little bit higher up the pitch because they're chasing a little bit more. So they're a bit higher. And because they're a bit higher and chasing, Liverpool can win it back in dangerous areas. Liverpool winning it back in their own half does nothing for Liverpool because it's just side-to-side passing as soon as you got the ball. If Liverpool are winning the ball back in the opposition half, that usually means a Mo Salah's free, a Gakpo's free, a Wirtz is free, a Ekitike's free, and McAllister's higher up the pitch. You can use the ball better. And I think that's where Liverpool are more dangerous. But Liverpool don't play that under Arne because Arne likes to withdraw the team a little bit. He likes them to sit back a little bit more and be patient. And we haven't got the players for that. To play Arne Slot's kind of way, you need an extremely talented 11 players, 10 players, outfield players that are really possession-based, that know possession football like they were born to play it. And if you can find them players and play that way, he'll be very successful with it. I think Arne's just got to sort of like tinker it a little bit and go, you know what? Let the opposition have a little bit more possession than us. Not much, a little bit more. So that means my team's chasing. That means our team's chasing.
Wait, Jamie, what you just said in the Champions League, all this Emeka dreaming about number 7, if we don't apply what Jamie just said in the Champions League, we ain't winning it. If you think, and this is where, once again, the slot conversation comes into fruition. If you think you're going to play possession football against Barca or Bayern or Real Madrid or any of these European elite, PSG, we are going to get screwed over. I'm just, But
Hussam, if you think we're going to press Barca, we're going to get screwed.
Well, 1 second, Emeka. Just did PSG, yeah? This guy is obsessed with PSG. Every press conference. If we end up against PSG and Mr. Arne Slot decides to press PSG, McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai are doing this all game. Like this. Rings. Run rings around them. This is Vitinha, Joao Neves, and Fabian Ruiz, or whoever the hell. Like this. They just run around us. And instead they're going like, hey. Like, that's it. Bro, play to the players' strengths. We have no hope in the Premier League, but every time we play a Champions League game, the players are up for it. Everyone's excited. Even the fans are up for it. Everyone's up for it. Even I, doing watch-alongs, have a different energy in Champions League games. Brother, take on these teams using the team's strengths and be realistic at where we're at. We know where we're at. Don't come up against these Barcelonas and Bayerns and think that you can go toe-to-toe, because we can't. We cannot go toe-to-toe with any of them. We'd get abused, which is why we need to be able to absorb pressure, hit on the counter-attack, leave like Mo, Ekitike, and Wirtz on halfway line, counter-attack. Mo gets the ball, Ekitike making around, blah, 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 whoever, and for me, when Isak comes back, I think he's going to be very important. All this £120 million flop, if he scores 2 goals away at like the Camp Nou and we end up winning the Champions League, no one will say flop anymore. No one cares, bro. All the stock, we have to be able to win the Champions League, or at least or do the things right. Everything Jamie just said. The thing about pressing.
What you said is the opposite of what Jamie said, though.
Yeah, I have the opposite opinion. I have a completely opposite opinion with the whole pressing thing. The following, and I said this, I will never forget Kopesh stream pre-Man City away. I said this pre-City away. Because Slot against Villa and Real Madrid got it right. This is not me reacting to a result. I said it before it even happened. We went away to Manchester City and pressed high. And from the beginning, we got abused. From start to finish, we were abused at the Etihad. From start to finish. I want us to not press. My opinion on pressing this season is we don't have the players for it. We don't have the midfield for it. We don't have the team for it. Forget pressing, unless it's like it's like you trust it 100% in certain moments. I get it, but we need to take the press down, and we need to be able to be compact, resolute defensively, and try hit on the counter attack. And this is where our new players, we have to be able to use them properly. Isak, Ekitike, Frimpong, and Kerkez will be so important on the overlapping opportunities on counterattacks, like against Barca or etc. These are all very important things. So we have to be able to apply them properly. And this is where Slot, can do those things and put the team in a position to succeed. I'm not trying to see Mo pressing Kubarsi the whole game because it's pointless. Because they have the midfield, they have the players. Same with PSG. I don't want to see Mo pressing Pacho. I watched Rennes against PSG because my winger, Jordanian winger, Tamari, you get me. He scored against PSG even. Bro, Rennes absorbed the pressure, hit them on the counter-attack, and was very good. Counter-attacking opportunities, score goals, score a goal from a corner, and defend well. You beat PSG. This is the equation for us beating a lot of these teams. Now, if we come up against an Arsenal as an example, different. English on English affair, I probably even trust us, to beat them. So there is certain things that I think we can do on a football pitch in order to improve our chances. Just before we carry on the conversation, let me just read these super chats. Big up to Sandy. Thanks so much, Sandy, who says, it's sad seeing Hussam and other channels talk about title charge. You'll never walk alone. You'll get there next year. You best believe we're expecting a title charge next season. What, you think I'm going to get the boys on a stream in the summer to talk about our top 5 race? 100% next season we're looking at a title race because all the players that you have scapegoated will probably be gone in the summer. Big up to Arnie bin Slot. Thanks so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Big up to you.
Bin Slot.
Arnie bin Slot. That's his name, to be fair. Salah goes this summer. Who do you think we buy? Olise seems like a stretch for me. Also, do you think Gakpo goes with Slot and we buy another left winger? Same question. Who do you think we buy realistically and who do you want?
Can't we just offer Gakpo with money for Elise? Because they want Gakpo anyway.
If we do that, give Richard Hughes a statue outside.
I think people need to stop this Elise and Gakpo stuff. Neither are happening, man. Cody's here for the long term. That's why he got to be given the big contract. Rio Egmo is looked as the real deal, apparently. So why would we buy a new left winger? If Mo Salah goes, then you'll probably go buy a right winger on that side. I think Liverpool buy a versatile player that can play midfield and the wing. And that's what we've been linked with. So I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Why would we buy a left winger if Rio stays and Cody stays?
We're gonna get a right.
I'll say this, as people have like specifically the standards thing, which we have destroyed multiple times, have made it out like, I don't want Mo to get sold. I've never said that. I just want you to get me a proper replacement. That's it. It's very simple. If you can't get someone like who at least puts Ekitike and Isak in a position to score a lot of goals, then we might as well write off next season from now because you're just wasting everyone's time. And I'll be honest with you. You see that second part of your question? Jamie said, he's going to be here for a long time. Great. Well, guess what? We're going to waste next season too then. That's the truth.
I'm only going by what I think might happen. I don't see Salah and Cody both going in the same summer. That's two very experienced players leaving the football club in one summer.
After the summer we just had, I can see that happening.
I can as well. I can't lie to you, Jamie. I can.
I'll be sure. So, what happens to Rio? Because I think this is does he? Because
if Gakpo leaves, yeah.
So he's going to not play again next season?
No, I think here's the thing. Rio's like 17. He's going to be back up anyway.
Should Rio go on loan next season?
It depends. No. If Gakpo becomes the backup, yes. If Rio's the backup, no. I already know that. Listen, I'm telling you all from now. You can say ITK all you want. I'm not saying we're going to sign them. These are who we want. The two players I know for a fact we want in the summer are Wharton and Barcola. Those are the two.
I don't think we'll get either of them.
Wharton's coming for sure.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, Wharton is like.
I think Wharton's concrete because he was like the first inquiry we did last summer before anything.
I can see Liverpool. I can see Liverpool going for Fernandes from West Ham over any other midfielder.
I don't see
because let's put it this way. Right, I'll put it to you guys right now. Is Gravenberch leaving in the summer?
No.
By the way,
McAllister
Jamie,
leaving
every
summer.
question you're about to ask depends on who the manager is as well.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
that's what I was gonna say. That's the biggest question.
If Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, they stay, yeah. If Curtis Jones stays, I don't know about that, right? Szoboszlai is number one midfielder. He has to play every week. McAllister, in some people's eyes, is a top player, so you're probably asking him to play. I think Fernandes from West Ham at 35 million would be a perfect midfield buy to go along with all them kind of midfielders.
I'm not buying that.
Wharton is nailed on, Jamie. It's like,
What-
We saw him in the Premier League when Southampton first bought him, or was it Sheffield United? Then he went down. Then he was back with Southampton. We could have. This is where the scouting prospect
Wharton
aspect
can't
of things
move,
comes
man.
into it, because we've seen him numerous amounts of seasons in the Premier League. Now he's at West Ham, and all of a sudden now we want to go for him. Nah, man, I'm not with that. I wouldn't be happy if we signed him.
We won't overpay. We won't overpay for Fernandes.
Matthias Fernandes is better than
You
Wharton.
know anything about Edwards and just his style of recruitment? He's looking for game-breaking players, and that's exactly what Wharton is. That's exactly what this team's missing,
Big up to you, brother.
especially after losing Trent. I'm almost certain that Wharton's nailed on.
Wharton
I'm almost certain if Isak was available, he was coming to us. If Wharton's available, I don't see a world where we don't go for him. Genuinely,
If we don't make top five.
I think Fernandes is better than Wharton personally.
no way.
I don't think they're the same profile.
Wharton can't move at all.
I
He's
think that's a
slower than
lazy
McAllister.
narrative, man.
No, he's slower than McAllister, man. I'll guarantee you right now, we buy Wharton this time next year, we're all moaning that Wharton's not mobile enough. I'm telling you. It'll
Yeah,
go
but you're
back.
not. This is the thing. You're not buying
Steady.
Wharton for his mobility.
Yeah,
And you know,
but-
big up. Just before we kind of move on, talk about Liverpool's future. I think it's very important. Big up to all of you guys locked in. Let's get the likes up, guys. We got 600.
Maybe
people in
why
the building.
Palace are shit, you know.
Well, Palace are not shit because of Wharton. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit
Yeah,
the like
maybe they
button.
are. He's their number.
No,
He's their
they're-
DM. He's their
Wharton
know
would
that they're not.
break our team wide. Like
You know
Wharton
that they're
would
not.
be a game changer for us.
Let's get to 200 likes, chat. The thing with Liverpool's future and like this sort of conversation, I kind of don't want to be in another position next season where like, you know, we're basically like rebuilding again. I think this would be a massive error on our recruitment part.
I don't think we're buying midfielder.
I see a world in which we sign Wharton and Barcola and then call it a day. I'm probably like some young unknown right
I can
back.
see that. I think we're gonna also get a center back / like fullback.
Can I drop you some
Oh,
names?
center back if Gomez stays, who?
No, center back, a fullback hybrid because Robbo's probably gone, right? So you'll probably get a left back that can play center back as well.
I'd like to introduce you to Kostas Tsimikas.
No, we're apparently
What about
looking
left
at midfield left back today. We got linked with, didn't we?
Yeah. Can I drop you some
The
names?
thing is, are we gonna go through another summer where we sign like 5
We're not-
players again?
I wouldn't be. By the way, I wouldn't be shocked if we don't buy a midfielder in the summer. Because I got a feeling that they don't think the midfield's the issue and they think it's the wide areas. I would be surprised if Liverpool just went out and bought 3 wingers, another centre back and a left back, and they believe that's their summer done. I'm not 100% convinced yet that Liverpool buy a midfielder. I'm not 100% convinced.
Jamie, trust me in this. Whether we buy him or not is a different thing. We're gonna go in for Wharton.
Yeah,
we're gonna go in for
I would
whether
be
we
surprised.
buy him or whether Palace want too much money, but I don't know what negotiations will happen. But we're gonna go in for Wharton. I can guarantee it.
I think if we do buy a midfielder in the summer, it'll be Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, we can
think-
buy Rodgers, but
I think if
that's
we
a
bought
different
Rodgers,
position.
he'd be more left wing,
Left wing,
to cover
yeah.
right
haven't
wing.
named,
I think
and
he's
then
more for the
you haven't named
line.
any of the players that we've been scouting. You haven't named any of the players that we've been scouting.
Well, we've been scouting Morgan Rogers because we wanted him
Like
last summer.
we've been
Yeah,
scouting. We've been
we've been
scouting
scouting
Syed
Wharton.
Al Mala from Cologne. We've been scouting him. He scored 7 goals in 22 games. Sorry, 9 goals. Sorry, 7 goals in 22 games in the Bundesliga. He's a German player. He's on fire. We've been scouting Bartomeu Torre, who plays for who's the other team? Hoffenheim. Like, you're not talking about any of the players that we've actually been scouting. Like, Like,
Well,
what you got to
scouting
realize,
Morgan Rogers.
we
I know
have
that for a
Richard
fact.
Hughes. We have Richard Hughes as our director of football now. Look at the players that Bournemouth are signing. Bournemouth just signed Ryan. He's the Brazilian guy who we were scouting as well. Now we're scouting the other Brazilian guy who's coming out of Palmeiras. So, you know, that's what we're doing now. We're not doing the old stuff. Like, we're not doing the old stuff. We're getting the best up and coming talent around the ages of 20, 21, 22. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to go and sign Barcola.
Keep in mind the
25, isn't he?
homegrown stuff as well, which is why
Rogers,
Rogers.
sorry, Barcola's like 22 years old. He's not 25.
Who's
Isn't
that?
Barcola like 22
No,
or
he's like
23?
23, 24, isn't he?
Barcola's not 25.
We're not signing Barcola, mate. We're not signing players that are just ridiculously priced right now. That's not.
You
what we're
didn't
gonna
think
go
we
down.
was going to sign Verts, though?
3 years old.
Barcola's 23. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't not sign Verts when he's available.
In what same argument you could have for Barcola and Wharton?
I wouldn't be shocked if we
Barcola
bought.
goes.
I wouldn't be shocked if we bought Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, me neither. That's
That would
what
be good.
We're not paying 90 million.
Because I don't know. But he's so versatile because he can play the 10 and he can play left wing. And it's what I keep saying earlier about this left wing position. If Cody doesn't leave and Rio's staying at the football club, I can see him buying someone like a Morgan Rogers because he's versatile enough to play in two different positions where you can play him at left wing if needed. You can play him in the 10 if you needed. You can even play him over on the right if needed. I can see that as an option at Liverpool would be very, very interesting. Liverpool wanted him last summer. Don't forget the reason the Harvey Elliott deal happened is because apparently in that deal we got first refusal on Morgan Rogers. So, you know, that wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. It's a very Liverpool deal to do.
I just
Morgan
think
Rogers doesn't shock me.
With Edwards back, he tries his best, even if it's not a expensive signing. If you look at the profile of players he tries to sign, he always tries to sign a player that he believes can be a top 1% player. So when I'm hearing names like Fernandez at West Ham, like he just doesn't fit that mold. Like Wharton has the potential to be a top one. He's already, to me, his passing is like elite. Like there's very few people that pass as well as Wharton. Morgan Rogers, I think he's good. I just don't think he's that top 1% potential player. I think he's very good, but I just don't think he's a top 1% player. Like Ekatike, top 1%.
What?
It's top 1%. Isak, top 1%. Kirkes, even though I don't rate it much, he was the best left back in the league last season, right? Frimpong, top 1% in terms of physicality, just speed, pace. There's no one faster than him necessarily in Europe. So Edwards' model has always been that way. And I just feel like and that's what we signed with Jacket as well. Like they look at him as a top 1% potential center back down the line. Leone, same thing, top 1% potential. So I think when you're thinking of players we would sign, you have to look at it from that prism. If they don't have that potential, Edwards isn't wasting his time with those players. And that's why when we had that conversation last winter, Hussam, I said, if Isak's available, there's 0% chance that Edwards isn't going to go in for him. Zero. Like that's just his
same
game.
with Wharton, same with Morgan
same
Rogers.
with Wharton. So like Wharton, it's coming. Like if he's available, that's who we're going to try to sign. And for any other position that we're looking for players like winger, again, Edwards has always liked Barcola. Whether you rate him or not, or whether people rate him or not, Edwards clearly looks at him as a potential top 1% winger in the world. And if you look at his traits and his actual profile, it makes sense. Even if he's not there right now, he has the traits where if he figures it out, he could be at that level. And that's essentially what we're trying to do with this next generation of Liverpool. They're not scared to put down the 100 million that we paid 70 million for this 20-year-old center back now. Like they're not scared to put down the money if they think you actually have that potential. So I think we have to look at our recruitment in that way for the summer that's coming. But that's my opinion on it. So when I hear names like Fernandez and like, I don't know. I'd be very shocked if any of those signings happen personally.
I agree with you. I don't think we signed Fernandez. I think we're looking down a different route because people need to understand as well the whole homegrown spot for us is an issue. That's why this whole Curtis Jones fallout is not ideal at all. We probably like, and by the way, Joe Gomez, that's another homegrown player leaving in the summer again. He gets me so homegrown. Curtis Jones is homegrown, so that's another problem. So the problem is, I feel like we do need to. I think one of the midfielders might leave in the summer, sold, not on a free. I think one of them might leave, and I mean like the main three. I'm not talking
I
about.
think it's
Curtis.
McAllister.
Yeah, could be Maka or Gravenberg or could be Szoboszlai as well. That's a fear.
I don't think Sobo's going anywhere.
I
actually
think
Madrid-
Sobo stays.
No.
Madrid come calling, you never know.
I think Sobo's the player they tied down. I wouldn't be surprised out of all the midfielders, he's the first one tied down.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
didn't
I
Joyce came out with an article today that actually basically
Yeah.
insinuated that, right? And I actually want to
Yeah.
quickly make a comment on Joyce and all our journalists, because to me these guys are cowards, and I think
And wafflers.
and wafflers, and 'cause I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if you guys read that article today, but if you remember when Salah went to AFCON and they did their little hit piece job and they tried saying, oh, you know, Salah's this, he's isolated from the team and no one likes him and he's by himself, and they were trying to tear down Salah. And then I read this article today from Joyce, who I guess he assumes people didn't read those original articles. Now he's talking about how close Zobo and Salah is, and you can hear them walking in the hallways. And I just think it's shameless the way they carry on. Whatever they hear from the top, whatever message that they need to put out, they never question Edwards, they never question Hughes, they barely question Slot through this entire downfall we've had this season. But the minute Salah, and again, I never agreed with what Salah did, but the way they tried to frame it as if he's some pariah in the team and nobody likes him was just shameless. So yeah, I just want to.
And now today the article comes out and says, "Oh, him and Karkas and Szoboszlai have coffee."
That's what I'm saying.
What did they start yesterday?
That's what I'm saying.
He's fasting right now.
Last hour
Yeah,
training.
Yeah, like he's
Oh,
literally
surprise.
fasting right now anyway. So why are you lying, bro?
Surprise.
Have you seen the video of them at Mo's house? Chilling.
Yeah, on the sofa, yeah.
Yeah.
I also
that's for
just want to bring
years.
this up, by the way. I also want to just bring this up. Barcola's got the same numbers as Mo Salah this season. So I'm not sure we're going to be
By the way, go look at Doué's numbers.
Yeah,
Doué
I'm not
last
sure we're gonna be
season,
spending
we
90
don't
million
take
on
Desiree Doué. He has 9 goals, 9 assists, all Ligue A last year.
That's good though.
Everything's not about stats though. Like there's so much context.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
Not
like
sure.
No, but that's not my point, Jamie. If I
Wasn't
ask
good last
someone
season
Doué
either.
or Barcola, they would immediately say yes to Doué, even though Barcola has like double the stats
Oh,
almost.
I would take Doué over Barcola though. I think he's a better footballer.
Yeah, I know. I'm not against. I would
I
take
think
Doué
Doué is
over
more
Barcola.
clinical.
yeah, Doué does.
I think it's you want to know the why? Because Doué has all the big moments.
Not even,
I
though. Not
understand
even.
that.
Not
like
even. It's
when
just
Barcola
in
is
front-
scoring a goal against Montpellier in the league, no one's watching.
I've saw against the meaty teams as well. That's what it is like when I compare the two in front of goal. I don't know. It's not like Barcola don't have a clinicalness. When I compare it to Doué is just.
If you ask Luis Enrique, you could only sell one Doué and Barcola. He's letting Barcola leave.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And if Arnie Slot brings up Luis Enrique for one of his players, Enrique's going to go fuck off.
Now it's true though. Doué has that like how Chiesa looks in front of goal, just like a threat. He'll he don't mind taking the shot on type of thing.
Doué has an
Like
X factor.
Doué has that over Barcola in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like. They're all good players though. I mean, I'm happy with any of them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm happy with any of them.
I agree.
By the way, for what I was saying earlier, I mean, I'm just going on the fact that I don't trust the football club to get the players everyone's asking for. So when I say things about Fernandez and the Morgan Rogers as well, because of the players we had in the summer we had last year, I don't trust them in redeveloping this midfield like a lot of people think they will. If they go get Walton's going to cost you between 80 and 100 million quid, right? As a central midfielder.
As a secret clause.
You ain't getting
65.
I was gonna say when we inquired last summer, they said 80.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
Wharton's ever played more than 25 games in a season. You can't.
And that
getting
also,
90 or 100.
also that's a massive worry as well.
That is a worry. That's why
if
he won't
Alexis
go for
McAllister is more reliable than Wharton, I'm keeping Alexis McAllister.
There's also something else that we're not talking about Adam Wharton. He needs to have a Grok next to him. He needs to have a destroyer next to him. Look at the players that get played next to Morton.
Not
It's
necessarily. Look at Hughes. Hughes is not a destroyer. Hughes is a busybody, and I think that's Wharton's best midfield partner is Hughes.
No, but he needs someone
And
like
Kamada
that.
is the same as well.
You're not gonna play him next to Gravenberch. Like, you're not gonna play him next to McAllister.
Oh yes, you will, K-Mac. Oh yes, you will.
I was gonna say I could see that.
I'd actually play if we did get Adam Wharton, I'd play Wharton Szoboszlai, man.
Yeah, I would do that as well. Yeah.
But listen,
I
genuinely think the future of Zobo in this team is going to be at right back.
Szoboszlai,
put him on
one of the best midfielders in Europe at right back. Do you know the funny? Do you know this funny thing about Szoboszlai at right back? Shit, yeah. Curtis Jones is actually better at right back than Szoboszlai.
Yeah, I know.
And you saw it in the Brighton game how important Szoboszlai is to our midfield. You know, he's just.
You can get another runner. You can get another.
You know what it is though. Jones is a bit progressive passer, and the way Jones has been connecting with Wirtz and Ekitike, I can understand why half of us are saying Szoboszlai at right back over Jones. Like, it's a mad conundrum, yeah. And to be honest, to keep it frank, neither of them should be at right back, but I can understand it from both sides.
Szoboszlai shit at right back. There's a myth that he's good at right back. He's actually shit at right back, yeah. The games he's good. The games he's good at right back in is when the games that he's good at right back in is when the team plays in front of him. Right, as soon as anyone gets in behind Szoboszlai, he is shocking at right back. But if teams play in front of him, he's okay because he's got a good passing range.
You know why? Because he's not a right back.
He's never played it in his life, by the way.
I just look at Szoboszlai now.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. We can revisit this in a couple of years.
I honestly believe right now Szoboszlai is top 5 best central midfielders in Europe.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that, right?
That's not an edgy opinion.
I think he's fantastic, yeah. And to take that away from that position, he's 25. He's coming into his next 3 years. He could be absolutely fantastic in his next 3 years. I'd literally next season I'd give him the vice captaincy, and if he's asking for 300 grand a week, give him 300 grand a week.
I'm totally with Jamie on that. And if we continue to carry on playing him at right back, he's going to leave the club. Why the fuck would he want to play there? Like, seriously.
Once he signs.
And the thing is as well, and this is, look, this is just like dynamics, isn't it? It's like you're taking away your best midfielder, yeah, and you're putting him into a weaker, in a position that makes our right back position weaker. So you're weakening the right back position and the midfield by moving him around. And he's been doing it all season.
We don't have any right backs right now, so
we don't have any right backs. He's gonna invert.
Calvin Ramsey.
Oh, please. Can we be realistic?
Please, KJ. You know he ain't
Calvin
gonna
Ramsey
play.
He doesn't play for Liverpool. Calvin
I didn't say he was gonna play. I just
heard
we got no right backs in it. That's all I heard.
They don't exist.
Calvin Ramsey,
KJ. They're not real people. They are fake names. It is propaganda. They don't exist. There's no such person as Calvin Ramsey. He does not exist. He's not real.
Shit though when he came in that last game though. I will say that he did look awful though. I will say that. He was getting the ball popped around him. He looked trash.
It's his second.
I'll be honest.
What sense when you get thrown in out of nowhere?
The entire season.
KJ asking for Calvin Ramsey is like us asking for.
Endo's 39 years old. Endo's been playing football since Calvin Ramsey was in diapers. Like, what are we doing?
Football sink or swim, guys. Football is sink or swim. This is professional sports. It's sink or swim, man. Sink or swim.
By the way, to an extent, I'm with Emeka. You come in, you have to impress immediately.
You gotta play, man. This is professional sports. You're getting paid a salary.
I don't know, man. In Ramsey's case, it's understandable for me. If that was like a Joe Gomez or someone like that, then I'd understand it. But Calvin Ramsey, who realistically, especially this season, I'm not saying he should have been starting games necessarily, but the fact that we've had a right back crisis, he could have been drip fed some form of minutes. So just in case there was ever a scenario where we do need him to start, he's at least somewhat ready enough to start and potentially come off around 60th minute or whatever.
Listen,
He took
only
took his right back off. Only took his right back off in games, and put another. Sorry, only took his midfielder who was playing as a right back off, and brought a midfielder off the bench when Calvin Ramsey was on the bench. Like, why is Calvin Ramsey even here?
I just need to make one statement, because I've been particularly quiet during this transfer conversation, because at the end of the day, none of this matters depending on who the coach is. But I think that you guys are all missing the mark, because if Arne Slot is the coach, there's no doubt in my mind, I know exactly who we're going to sign. We're going to go out there. We're going to take Mickey van de Ven from Tottenham Hotspur, the Dutch center back. Then we're going to go back to Gertruda. We're going to say, hey, Sunderland, I need another Dutch guy. Give me Gertruda. Then we're going to go to Tottenham. We're going to say, hey, I'm double dipping. Give me Xavi Simons. Then we're going to fly to China, and we're going to go take Memphis Depay, and we're going to say, hey, guy, Endo's out. You're in. And we're just going to build the Dutch national team. That's what we're going to do if Arne Slot is still here. Adam Wharton is English. We're not getting English players. It's not happening. We'll just bring up a couple U21 dudes who will never play a game so that we can meet our whole homegrown quota. We're going to stick to the Dutch. We're going to stick to the Dutch. That's what we're going to do if Slot is the manager.
Can I say that Jurgen Klopp has bought more Dutch players than Arne Slot?
I mean, Klopp was here for 10 years.
No, I'm just saying. All the Dutch.
Klopp was here for 10 years, to be fair, Jamie.
All the Dutch players
transfer window.
All the Dutch players everyone gets upset with are the ones Klopp bought.
Do you know that Klopp bought more Egyptian players than Slot?
But also, that was Michael Edwards. Klopp wanted Goetze.
What I'm saying is, we get annoyed at the Slot and the Dutch players stuff, right? Yeah, it was Klopp bought Cody.
I'm just making a joke. I'm
you know what I'm saying? It's just,
it's funny.
It just, I don't know. It's just a bit.
But
a bit annoying to me.
Move to Eredivisie. Oh my God.
By the way,
in all seriousness, though,
we got Mickey van de Ven and Gertruda. I'm happy with that, man.
I will take Mickey van de Ven. I will take Mickey van de Ven, but the issue is he's going to need steroid injections into his hamstrings because they don't stay together. Like, we're going to have to figure out some way to create an artificial hamstring that he wears.
Yeah,
so
but
he never actually gets hurt.
How can you talk about more than fitness and then Mike Van de Ven?
No, well, hold on. Here's the thing with the whole transfer conversation. I really don't think it's possible to look at our summer without looking at the manager. Because if we drop Slot, I think the whole picture changes. The whole picture with Slot, I have no idea. And the reason why I really don't care is because with Slot, I've seen how he's turned the two record-breaking signings into utter dog shit. Like in a team system, they looked like shit. Isak, I don't care about his fitness, brother. You were getting 8 touches a game. Like, it's a striker's job at a certain point to get the fucking ball. And you were averaging 8 touches per 90 minutes. That's dog shit. Florian Wirtz, at the beginning of the season, he couldn't figure out his way into this team. And the only player that I'll give some leeway to is Frimpong, because for some reason, he didn't trust him, even though Frimpong came back and for 5 games was our best player. So I don't know.
Well, hang on. Are you saying our best Dutch player this season's been the one Slot ball?
I fucking love Jeremy Frimpong from the moment he stepped onto a Liverpool pitch.
That was Hughes and not Slot.
Listen. Everyone, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So sometimes, you could close your eyes, you still might hit the dartboard. So to me, I just think that depending on who the manager is, we have no idea what the system we're going to play is. We have no idea if we're going to run 3 or 4 midfielders. We don't know if we're going to run a front 2 or a front 3 or a front 1. We don't know if we're going to play with traditional wingers, if we're going to play with touchline wingers, if Salah's going to, basically going to creep in, basically you play alongside whoever, and maybe we shift Ekitike out left. I don't know. And I think that all of that leans into who we sign.
He's not. I think it's very clear he's not. Unless we have a catastrophic end to this season, I think it's pretty clear he's not leaving. And I just think our game model changed, right? Like with Edwards coming back, it's clear that he had issues with Klopp having all the power and getting all the credit. I think he wants this project to be remembered as the Edwards project, where it's like, fuck the manager, fuck who the manager is. I'm going to get in all the best players. I'm going to have a galactical Liverpool, and we're going to win games, and everyone's going to remember all the players that Edwards and Hughes brought in. I generally think that's
How many trophies did the actual Galacticos win? How many trophies did the actual Galacticos from the early 2000s win?
I agree with that, but I think I think he's going to do it smartly. At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping he's going to balance out the team this summer. Listen, Edwards is a guy I trust. Hussam knows this. When we signed him, I said, in Edwards, I trust. So I'm riding with him regardless. I trust his vision. I trust his
Can I ask?
talent ID, and I think we're going to get the right players. I just believe.
Can I ask, why do we all talk about Edwards when he don't actually work for Liverpool?
Yeah, no, it's Hughes.
It's Richard Hughes.
It's Richard Hughes.
Mark Edwards.
Meetings, man.
Mark Edwards worked for FSG.
We're seeing names that have been linked with Edwards from before he left coming back up now.
Well,
so to
there's
think
a lot of
he's-
This is what makes me agree with Emeka.
Yeah, same.
What he just said. We were linked with Alexander Isak 8 years ago with Michael Edwards.
17.
We were linked with Federico Chiesa 7 years ago with Michael Edwards.
Barcola.
I feel like some of these players were signing to prove a point more than anything. And the other thing is, let me ask Mike a question. Sorry, I have to ask Mike the question.
Same with
It's very
Vets as
important.
well. I'm Frimpong.
Let me ask Mike the questions because you brought up slot. So Mike, I'm gonna put you in a utopian world.
Yeah.
Liverpool win the Champions League and we finish 6th. Don't give me the cop-out answer of what the club will do. Will you sack Arne Slot?
Yes.
Why?
Liverpool
Even with the Champions League.
Liverpool could end with the Champions League and finish in the top 4. We could finish in 3rd. I don't care. What I have seen already, but again, I'm not basing any of my analysis on results. And I've said that since October. Since October, I said, fuck the results. I don't care how it ends. I don't care what happens. We could come back and win the league. I don't trust someone who is so fundamentally stupid from a tactical sense in football. I could never do it. I could never do it. That's like, dude, that's like asking one of your friends who's super into like holistic medicine to be your primary care physician. You're asking to die. You're asking to die. It makes no sense. He's not a doctor. He's not why are you trusting him? Kombucha that's not gonna clean your fucking tumor. So to me, Arne Slot is a cancer mentally. He's a cancer to the fan base. He's a cancer on the football pitch. The guy is a walking, living embodiment of the Antichrist. I hate him. I do not stand for anything that he has. None of his accomplishments can rectify the mistakes that he make. Look how bad Arsenal are, right? And this is like the ultimate point. I think that the best managers in the world operate in the fine margins, right? Like the finest of margins. There's a very fine margin between the difference of Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. And that margin is like 4 points total. There's 4 total points that separate Pep Guardiola having a 4-peat and Jurgen Klopp having 3 Premier League titles. With Arne Slot, I don't think that he has the ability to operate in those fine margins, because if you look at them this season and you look at the points that we gave away in the minutes that we gave them away in, and you look at what Arsenal are now, there's a very real parallel universe where Liverpool are only 2 points behind Arsenal right now, where Liverpool are in the exact same position that Manchester City are in right now. But that's because Arne Slot fails in the fine margins. Last season, there were no fine margins because it went from 9 to 5, like the Arsenal fans love to say, 9 points to 5 points, guys. And then every time, and I've already done this, I've looked back, every single time we dropped points, Arsenal dropped points from that point forward. Arsenal never picked up points against us again. And we cruised to the league and we won with 84 points. This guy has proved nothing on fine margins. PSG, the one real fine margin game where they had all of the chances in the world and we scored in the 89th minute. And then the reverse happened. We had all the chances in the world and they scored early. We lost that on the fine margins. We hit the post twice. Fine margins. Like, I don't think that he is the guy. When it comes to a fine margin season, he's going to get you over the line. And to me, like, there's no amount of accomplishments that could prove that otherwise. Like, at the end of the day, the Champions League, it's a tournament. we could get a favorable, run of fixtures. We might not have to play an English team until the Champions League final. That's a very real possibility. And you have to look at all of these things for how sustainable something is for the future. I don't see any sustainability here. All I see is there's a potential that we could win the Champions League if things go our way. But what does that tell me about the future? Because now that Champions League is in the past, and going forward, I still am completely doubtful of this guy. It's the same cheap argument that people had in October. Oh, he won a Premier League in his first season. Fucking dude, blow yourself. Like, what are you talking about? Anyone with eyes would look at this football and say, this dude has no idea what he's doing. So, I mean, for fuck's sake, he could come in second this season. I don't trust the guy.
I will say this.
I will say this.
You have to go, K-Mac?
Yeah, I've got to go, man. So
Big up, K-Mac.
I just want to go on this. What Mike said. My worry right now, and laugh it off in the chat if you want, but my worry right now is, I think Brentford could actually get into the top 4 and take it away from us. And you can laugh at it all you want, but you need to look at Brentford's form, and you need to look at Brentford's last 12 games. They've got the easiest run that anybody's got against Chelsea, Manchester United, and us.
God bless.
They really have. Like, Brentford could really take Champions League away from us this season. And what more do we need to say? When you're in a fight to finish in the top 5, and Brentford is a team that you're fighting against, then I'm done. Like, and the comparison I want to give you about Arne Slot is Arne Slot reminds me of second and third season of Arteta at Arsenal, where he was given a boatload of cash to buy all the players that he wanted and didn't deliver fuck all with them. And he was a coward. And Arne Slot
delivering a Champions League would be fuck all.
I don't think Brentford take it. However, I do agree with you in terms of the possibility.
Arne Slot can win a final. Look at last season. Any knockout competition Arne Slot's been in, he hasn't been able to motivate the team. He couldn't motivate the team.
Also, let me just say one thing. Sorry, this is like, if we lose to Forest, what next? Are the owners going to keep Slot? Let me just say this, you guys.
Keeping him.
All 6 of us on this panel are Slot out. None of us are Slot in. But unless we lose to Forest 3-0 and lose to West Ham 3-0 and then lose to Wolves 3-0 the game after, Slot is not going to get sacked this season, guys. Unless it's like 3 embarrassing results in a row. Why can't we just bro, I'm Slot out. I get it. I don't want the manager to remain at Liverpool Football Club. I want an interim till the end of the season so we can get top 5 and hopefully not get embarrassed in the Champions League. Maybe we can get a bounce like Man United did, etc. But Albert, Slot is not going. I promise you, we could lose to Forest 3-0 and Slot is staying. Big up K-Mac. K-Mac channel is in the description. All the links are in the description. Big up to you, K-Mac. We could lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest and he's gonna stay. It's why I'm not having Slot existential conversations anymore, because there is no point. The ones who are Slot out are Slot out, and the ones who are Slot in are Slot in. No one's gonna change their mind. It's done. Like, khalas, we're all Slot out. All 5 of us here. Now K-Mac's left. All 5 of us here are Slot out. As a matter of fact, I could probably, like, all the Liverpool content creators that I work with are also Slot out. So what's the point? Khalas, every day I'm gonna come here, guys. Would you say, like, imagine, let's say we lose to Forest 3-0, right? Monday, inshallah, all of us happy, safe, and healthy on the LFC Avengers podcast with the Coppish boys. We're gonna go like, guys, are you Slot out now? Like, would you sack Arne Slot? Yeah, the answer is yes, but he's just not gonna go. So what am I supposed to do?
So Hussam, I want to just revisit that question, because I don't know. I genuinely think that's insanity. Like, you can have like,
what do you mean?
All of us have the same opinion on Slot that we want him out. But you have to if he actually takes the step to win the Champions League, right? We'd have to win a round of 16, win a quarterfinal, win a semi. Think about what would actually have to happen for us to win a Champions League. To say you'd still want the manager out, to me, just makes no sense whatsoever.
Emeka, I'm with you. I disagree with Mike completely. If Arne Slot if Slot wins the Champions League, I don't care if he finishes below Spurs. Winning the Champions League usurps everything else.
That's okay, but that's your opinion. But that's based in you being satisfied with the moment. I'm saying that I'm not going to allow that moment to cloud my judgment of the future. And the judgment of the future would remain the same. I have no belief in the long-term sustainability and consistency. I spent 500 million pounds. I'm not here to win one Champions League. I want to win everything every fucking season. I just literally, I'm not even going to say that because I don't want to get you demonetized. But regardless, I basically said, I'm the guy. This is my playground. I'm the bully. I'm the big man on campus. This is me. I'm here to dominate. Like, you don't spend 500 million pounds to say, hey, let's get one Champions League in the next 5 years and maybe we'll win a league. To me, that's just not good return. You spend 500 million pounds to win 5 trophies over the next 5 seasons.
That's also bad math on your part, right? Because if you're saying projecting for the future and you're saying this manager came in his first year won the Prem, his second year won the Champions League, and what do I expect for the years to come? You would probably say you expect trophies to come in the future.
Football
like
is football.
This isn't like Ten Hag who came and won the Carabao Cup and the like. He won the 2 biggest trophies.
Yes, Prem and UCL is not Carabao Cup and FA Cup.
You can't just say that like it's some regular trophy. Like these are.
I want Slot to go, but I'm sorry if he wins the Champions League, bro, he has to stay.
Can I? Let me play devil's advocate.
Emeka in reverse though. If Mo in the knockout stages scores 15 goals and wins the Champions League, you want to stay too?
Exactly.
No, let Emeka answer 1 second. Emeka, Mo scores 10 plus goals in the UCL and we win it. Are you saying he should stay?
Yeah, I'll still say he should stay.
You're such a liar. You're lying as well. I can tell.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate. Just go with me for a second, right? This is arguably for me the worst league season in the last 10 years, comfortably, right? I have got Arsenal on 58 points after 27 matches, which is the lowest points return since Leicester won the league, right? This time last year, Liverpool were on 66 points, flying at the top of the league, right? Flying at the top of the league, playing excellent football. Aston Villa are third, right? They're third, and they've only scored 37 goals in 27 matches. And somehow they're third in the league. This league of standard is shit, and it probably won't be this standard next year, right? Liverpool are shit this year. Everyone's shit this year. Liverpool could still finish in the top 4. Liverpool are only 3 points off Man United in 4th. Man United play once a week, bought some good strikers. You probably feel they're going to do better this season, only playing once a week. Liverpool can still finish in the top 4 in this strange, weird season, yeah? Liverpool at the end of this season could still win the FA Cup and Champions League. There is a thing where Liverpool still win more trophies than Arsenal this season.
We will.
But Arsenal, apparently up till February, are the greatest team on planet Earth right now. Yeah, they're going to go win everything. They could bottle the league. They might not win the League Cup. They might not win Champions League. Might not win the FA Cup. Liverpool might win Champions League and FA Cup. So Liverpool win the Champions League and FA Cup and finish in the top 4. And Liverpool and Arsenal don't win anything, and they're like the greatest team on planet Earth right now. It just shows that this league is just weird this year, and you've got to give Arne the benefit of that to have let him go again next season, because he would have won 3 trophies, and then he can argue he won the 2 biggest trophies quicker than Jurgen. He could argue it, right? I'm not arguing it, but he could argue it, yeah? Devil's advocate here, guys. He could sit there and go, right, just look, you gave me the money in the summer. It was a real building process, but somehow I won an FA Cup and Champions League, right? He can easily say that, and we can't say shit because it's true and it's facts. And then you go into next season.
Why would you want to? You have to.
Jamie, that's not what he'll say.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It took Klopp 5 years, and it took me 2.
We're forgetting.
Stop doing that at the press conference.
We're forgetting a very important point. When Hussam posed when he posed this question, he did not. He said none of the realistic bullshit. You prefaced it.
I asked
you prefaced it. Exactly. I'm not saying what I would do is realistic. In fact, if he wins the Champions League, if he wins the Champions League, he is not going anywhere. If he finishes in the top 4 based on this point, I don't think he's going anywhere. But you bet your ass I'm not going to be confident going into next season at all whatsoever for any competition. But you said not realistically what would it be?
Okay, Mike,
not
and
what
you're
FSG would do.
So now let's establish this.
I do.
According to you, all 4 of you, yeah? I'm going to ask you, forget what the club will do. According to you, would you keep Slot, Mike, if he wins the Champions League? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, Emeka, would you keep him?
Of course.
Jamie, would you keep him?
Yeah, give him a new contract.
KJ,
No.
you wouldn't keep him. Me,
No.
I would keep him.
How
with
does
the
that make
Champions League.
sense? I'm trying to understand the.
I explained it.
Like,
I explained it.
He's getting Mateo'd for me.
The issue with your logic is you're assuming that you've watched how Slot has played and how the team has played and how we've lost all these games, etc. But to answer the question, you also have to think what would have had to have happened for us to win the Champions League. We would have had to get through 4 rounds.
Players.
Like we're going to play someone good at some point, and we're going to get through all of those teams and all of those players and win a Champions League.
Can I explain that?
Look back on the last 2 years and say we won.
Mike, before you ask,
Champions League.
Emeka, can I ask you a question? Just one question. Right. Barcelona 2019. Was that Klopp tactical display or was that the players who went and got us to win?
2019.
Anfield,
Like,
second leg.
You can't take the credit away from Klopp too.
Obviously Klopp gave them the motivation and the belief to make the players feel like they could go play their game. But obviously we know Klopp's system. Klopp's system was what it was in it. He didn't change beyond that. But that specific game there, do you think that was tactical instruction that won us that game, or was it the players that went and won us that game?
Yeah, it's Anfield, it's the play, like it's everything kind of, it's like a snowball effect to me. Like once that first goal goes in, Anfield like it's just, we've been there at Anfield when Anfield just takes over and things just change, right? That's why Champions League is our competition in terms of English teams. But my point is like, I just think you have to respect, this goes like irrespective, like football, any sport, like you have to respect winning. Like it's not easy to win. It's not easy to win.
I do respect it. I just feel like what
But
you just said in terms of replying to my question, I feel like they're the factors and would be the reason more so why we win the Champions League than Slot. I believe it would be us as fans, the Anfield factor, the squad and the players we have, because let's be honest, the squad and the players we have should be competing in the latter rounds of the Champions League. Anyway,
all managers use individual
regardless
brilliance.
of who the manager is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All managers use individual brilliance.
Okay, what I'm saying. Based on that, I'd get rid of
People
Slot.
speak about Carlo Ancelotti. They say he has 6 Champions Leagues. Name one team he won it with that wasn't stacked with individual brilliance.
No, 100%. And they had a lot of comebacks. And Carlo Ancelotti was the king of just like put him out, don't give him instruction, and let the players be the players. But again, to go back to what your statement was about my logic, to me, number one, Arne Slot has already proven that he's not poor against teams who are better than him. So when we go up against teams who are better than us in the Champions League, I'm not expecting to get walloped 3-0. I don't. I expect to see the pragmatic, different version of Arne Slot. The difference is that those are not the teams that win you a Premier League. Those are the teams that win you a Champions League, and that's a different competition. But at the end of the day, the teams that give Arne Slot the trouble are the other 17 teams in the Premier League. So I'm not going to sit here and say because he can compete against the big teams in a knockout phase and some individual players can bail him out, which, I mean, in this last run that we have had, outside of the Brighton game, the majority of which have been individual brilliance outside of tactics is the way that we score our goals. I'm not going to sit here and just change my entire opinion because for us to win the Champions League, Hugo Ekitike will have to be at his absolute best. Wirtz will have to be at his absolute best, and Salah will have to be, because we're going to have to play defensive and we're going to have to play in transition. I don't even think that we're going to win the Champions League, so this whole conversation is kind of it's out of the realm of possibility for us, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I don't think that takes away everything that happened before that moment and the fact that I still will not have confidence in England any season with this manager. I don't. It's the same way. It's the same thing as Arsenal. Like Arsenal don't come in second every season because they lose to Big Six sides. In fact, they win or they draw. They rarely lose. Liverpool was the first time they lost to a Big Six side in like 1,200 days. I know that they lost to United as well this season, and they technically count. But Arsenal lose the league to Wolves, to West Ham, to Nottingham Forest. They lose the league to shit teams, to Aston Villa at home. Like, Liverpool are not going to win the league this season because of Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, 3 points at home to all three promoted sides, losing to fucking Brentford away. These are the games. So listen, could he go on a run?
Everything you said is true, but how does winning the Champions League not usurp it though?
Because I don't believe in the usurpation. Like, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. At the end of the day, the overall picture is still a massive pile of shit. But you're basically saying this trophy is a sprinkle, and now it's a cake. Like, I'm not doing that.
It's not the Champions League is not a sprinkle. How dare you call the Champions League a sprinkle? The Champions League is a truck that comes in, takes away all the pile of shit, and builds you a villa.
I don't. Okay, listen. It builds you a villa for 2 months, and then the next season comes, and you start like shit, and you're gonna listen. Let's just put it this way.
We'll handle it when the
What? No,
comes.
ready. If we win the Champions League, right, and then December time comes next season, and we're 12 to 15 points off whoever's
Then we're
at
all
the top of the
slot
league.
out. So what?
Yeah,
But-
then we're
but-
also,
but-
then
but-
we let him go.
But what I'm saying is that you're not going to be thinking about that Champions League. You're going to be thinking about, holy fuck, I cannot believe that we believed in this guy. And you're going to have all these conversations over again. You're going to allow that Champions League to cloud what you really know because it's this coveted prize. And I get it. I understand that. It's not a small competition. And I also wouldn't discredit him. If he won the Champions League, I would give him his flowers. And I would say, you did good in these ties to get through to the next round. And you got it done. But at the end of the day, long-term vision, I don't believe in you. And I feel that at whether it's 6 months or 12 months, you're going to find yourself back at the same situation that we're at today, where you don't want him at the football club anymore. So that's the only difference here.
You know what you're saying? Let me translate what you're saying. Yes, you won MasterChef, but on week 7, you were in the bottom 3. Because on the mystery box challenge, you did really badly.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, Master Chef, you cooked this steak very nice this one time. But tomorrow,
Champions League is winning the competition.
Tomorrow,
Champions League is winning the competition, Mike. Don't lie. You know that.
Tomorrow, instead of giving me, A5 Wagyu, you're going to give me a steak from the dollar store. And you're going to say, hey, buddy, I just won Master Chef. Trust the fucking chef. No, I'm not going to trust the chef. Like, again, think about what's going to happen if we win the Champions League. Number one, we're 100% going to have to play an English team in the semifinal. It's going to happen. There's 4 of us in the top 8.
As long as it's not City, I'm good.
Okay, I don't agree with that. Number 2, first of all, we're going to have to get through a round of 16, which could potentially be Galatasaray. I don't very much look forward to going back to Turkey. I don't. Well, listen, you said the same fucking thing 6 months ago, and we got our ass handed to us in fucking Turkey, the first English side to lose there in the competition in years. So I don't want to fucking hear that, right? Then you're going to have to get through Galatasaray. Then you'll have to get through the quarterfinal. Meanwhile, you're having to fight in the FA Cup and the Premier League, and my current win rate in the Premier League isn't even 60%. I'm not even winning 60% of my games in this fucking Premier League. That's ridiculous. I don't understand where this confidence comes from for the Champions League, and that it's an ipso facto fact that we can just win it. That doesn't compute.
It's not a fact. No. No one's saying we can just win it. No one's saying that. But to say we can't win it, I don't think that's true either. We can win.
But I think that there's like 7 teams that you could say the same thing. Chelsea could win it. They just won the fucking Club World Cup. They could be proficient in a tournament style. Barcelona could win it. Bayern could win it.
About the manager, and they got Liam Rossinier in charge. Have some shame.
Okay, but we're talking about a tournament. This is different.
Okay, in order for us to win the Champions League, Slot would have to make correct tactical decisions. It's the truth. You cannot beat Barcelona by winging it.
That's
In
my
how
point,
many games?
Sam. You
Ready?
would have to do things correct for us to win that.
Yeah, you can't
Well,
beat
hold on.
Barca, Bayern, Real Madrid by winging it.
Well, no, you're not going to beat all of those. But let's actually do some math here, right? There's the potential that we're going to play over 60 games this season if we make it to the Champions League final, and let's say we get far in the FA Cup, right?
Correct.
So you've got 2 in the round of 16, 2 in the quarterfinal, 2 in the semifinal. That's 6 games, and then you've got the 7th being the final. So that's 7 games. You want me to take 7 games and trump the other 53. So you want me to look at 53 shit games with a 60% win rate, but you want me to ignore all of that because I won these 7 games in isolation against teams that may or may not be better than me. To me, I think that that's crazy. Like, look at Chelsea in the Club World Cup. They win the Club World Cup. They sack Enzo Maresca. I don't care what you say. It's not a small competition. Like, those are the best teams in the world.
Okay, who did they beat?
were playing.
Who did they beat?
It's not about who they beat. It's about
No,
the
but you just said
competition.
it. No, 1 second, because that's how you built your point.
Well,
You
they beat
just said
PSG
we
in the
might
final.
not face them all. You just said we might not face them all, correct? You said it.
Yeah, and they
Great,
and
okay.
they beat PSG in the
Okay,
final.
no problem. Chelsea in that whole competition, the only tough team they faced is PSG. The rest is Fluminense and Benfica, and I don't
and
know.
they
who.
still beat them.
In the Champions League, for us, it's not possible. It is physically not possible. Even let's just assume, Mike, for the sake of argument, even though you disagree, let's say we do beat Galatasaray or Atletico or whoever. The round after is going to be a tough team, most likely. And then the semi-final is 100% going to be a tough team. And the final is going to be 100% tough team. This is where Emeka is making sense. Because them, home and away against tough team A, home and away against tough team B,
7 games.
and final against tough team C, I've got to
7 games.
win all those games.
And that's 7 out of like 64 games. So you want me to trump everything that happened for 7 games? I don't agree. Don't agree.
What's the biggest competition in club football?
Champions
The
League.
Champions League.
That's all that matters then.
That's
Bro,
fine.
winning
Again,
is
but
all that matters, Mike. How you do it, it doesn't matter. All that matters is winning.
It- it-
for the
That's
club,
all
yes.
that
The
matters.
problem
For the
is-
club
it-
this
it-
season, win it.
Here's the issue, right? So Slot proved that he could win the league in England already, yeah? And he's done that. If he wins the Champions League, he's proved he can win the #1 European trophy in club football. So he's proved that. Then, like, to sack him after that would be kind of mad.
Very.
But I can understand from Mike's point that he's just fed up of seeing Arne Slot and the way he played football, so he wants to change even if that happens. So I can understand that as well. There's one thing we've not spoke about, and I don't think anyone spoke about. Is there a lot of risk, though, sacking Arne Slot and getting someone that might not work who's even worse?
Xabi Alonso. Xabi
there
Alonso is
risk in
going to
that?
switch us to a back 3. Keep that in mind as an example.
Is there risk in that? I've heard no one talk about the risk of actually
Of course
sacking
there's
Slot.
risk. Of
So
course there's risk.
if Slot gets sacked, I don't particularly like Xabi Alonso, right? I don't think he'd do any different to what Slot's doing right now. I really don't. So the risk will be there, and it could be worse. So if you win a league and a Champions League, but you sack him, and then you go backwards from sacking him just to go forwards again, or do you stay with the man who's just won you 2 of the biggest trophies you could win in club football for the 3rd season? That's yeah.
the 2 biggest.
And here's the thing, Jamie. If we're gonna
Conversation. It's a conversation, ain't it? Yeah.
Let's say what Mike says happens, right? If we're gonna sack Arne Slot in the summer after winning the UCL, but we're gonna get Luis Enrique. Okay, now.
Sure, then
But
maybe,
Okay, but hold on.
But why? Because Luis Enrique could do something as an example that's never been done in the club's history, which is like win a treble or some
Exactly.
madness. You know, like Luis Enrique. Because now I've got to be systematic and mathematical about this. Let's leave all emotions out. If I get Luis Enrique and Pep Guardiola leaves England, I could be set for domination for 3 to 4 years. I shake your hand. But if it's Slot who just won a Champions League versus Nagelsmann, la habibi, I'm keeping Slot.
Listen, I'm not saying that there's no risk, right? But there's an old saying, fortune favors the brave. I know that crypto sort of destroyed that saying with Mr. Matt Damon, but at the end of the day, fortune favors the brave. Like, to me, listen, I have seen teams that did not deserve to be in Champions League finals be in Champions League finals. I have seen teams that did not deserve to win Champions League finals win Champions League finals. Like, again, Liverpool were down 3-0 to AC Milan, a team full of literal legends, and they won that game. And
How'd they win it? How'd they win it?
With adjustments and individual performances from individual players. No. But anything can happen in 90 minutes, right? Anything can happen. These are one game playoffs. That's it. Like, it's 90 minutes. It doesn't matter what you've been for the entire season leading up. Again, Liverpool 2019, Barcelona. It's a 90-minute game. Like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, that, in my mind, that does not trump the bigger picture. And like, again, I think that the biggest consistency for how good a manager is where he is in the league every single season. Where, like, your league is the biggest indicator. That's where you play the vast majority of your games. That's where you play the most consistent amount of games. And that's where you play the shit teams. And good teams destroy shit teams. So, again, like, I understand it. Like, I know that I am very much in the wrong end. And many people are going to say you're a fucking lunatic. And you're an asshole and you just hate Arne Slot, right? And these all may be true, but it doesn't change the fact that
this is what Matty's saying here. Mike wants Slot out even if he wins the Champions League. That is some serious Slot.
Because you're not.
I don't even think that's mad.
Because
I generally think it's insanity.
What's harder to win? You can think that. That's fine. It's fine. What's harder to win?
That's like, I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I'm saying it from the.
I know you're not, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying it disrespectfully. I just mean,
I have no issue with you disagreeing.
I just feel like you respect winning, man. You have to.
What's harder to win? What's harder to win, the Premier League or the Champions League?
The Champions League for me.
Yeah,
the Champions League's harder to win because Pep Guardiola won 4 in a row in the Premier League, but he's only won 1 Champions League with Man City.
Ferguson only has 2 UCLs.
So, and if you look at if you look at Champions League winners, they're usually elite level football clubs, ain't they? So that means you've got to try and beat elite level football clubs to win that trophy. So I would say the Champions League is probably harder to win for, and that's why, like, when you talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona, you know, when Barcelona kept winning the league up year after year, yeah, but Real Madrid kept winning the Champions League year after year. Do you know who they spoke about more? Real Madrid.
Real Madrid,
seeing the Champions League being won every year seemed more important than winning La Liga.
That's facts.
I'm not disagreeing that. I'm not. The UCL is the biggest competition in the world, and I don't think that it's realistic that they would sack Slot. I don't think it is. That it won't happen.
Yeah, but that's why I asked your opinion.
But here's the thing: if he wins the Champions League, guess what, guys? It doesn't matter how shit he gets. You have allowed that excuse of he won the Prem in his first season that kept people at bay this year to now you say, well, he won the first 2 major competitions, his first 2 seasons. Well, now you've basically bought him a free 18 months of shit football. He could be the worst he could be in 7th place out of the Champions League, but you're going to give him some leeway because he won the first 2 major competitions in his first 2 seasons. You're only giving him more rope. Like, you're giving him more leeway. I'm not going to do it. Like, you've already burned the bridge. You've already destroyed the the relationship.
Hang on. Ross in the chat is calling us all mugs because we're overhyping the Champions League.
I saw that too.
No, listen. The Champions League, it's the hardest competition in the world. It's 180 minutes in three ties.
Ross, aren't you an Arsenal fan?
How do you overhype the UCL? Like,
how do you overhype royalty, brother?
You can only overhype something.
All I'm saying is, the major difference here is that I'm not like, there's nothing that could give this guy more leeway with me. There's nothing on the planet.
I understand that, Mike, but guess what? If he's shit next season, we'll all be slot out next season.
And they won't. But now they'll have a real excuse to say fuck the fans. He just won his first 2 biggest. He just won the 2 biggest trophies in his first 2 years. Fuck you. Who do you think you are?
Okay,
you're just some couch manager.
Mike.
Shut
People
up
can say all they want, but guess what? When you're going the game or you're watching the game week in, week out, and Liverpool are losing consistently, it damages your emotion.
Oh, I don't think that we're going to lose. I mean, listen, my definition of shit is that if Arne Slot wins the UCL and then next season he comes in 5th, like, I mean, technically in theory, coming in like 4th or 5th or 3rd, that's not like a terrible season unless you're Arsenal. But like, to me, that's what it is. Like, I think that what we have had so far this season is nothing short of a total fucking catastrophe. And winning a Champions League brings it to good, right? Like, doesn't bring it to unbelievable, doesn't bring it to great. I'm at negative 5,000, and winning the Champions League brings it to like a 10. I'm a little bit above contentness because I cannot allow the damage that you did to me to go unnoticed, and I will not allow anything to cover over that. I won't do it. I will not.
So if he wins the 2 biggest trophies in club competition, what damage would he have done to you specifically?
It's about the way that we play football for the other 55 games of the season. That's what I'm saying.
Was Benitez ball great to watch? Was Benitez ball great to watch?
I mean, listen, you're talking about 2005. That was 20 years ago.
I was going to say, Benitez ball weren't great to watch, but
20 years ago, the football's completely different.
Benitez didn't have a budget either. Benitez spent like 3 million.
My point is just, it's about winning, man. I don't know. Everything else to listen to Arsenal fans now. They hate what they're watching, but they're like, listen, Arteta, if you win this year, we'll look the other way.
They ain't gonna win shit.
Yes, I said,
Arsenal suck.
You know my stance on that.
No,
they're not
sure.
winning this season. I wish we had some time to talk about it, but that's fine. They're not winning this season, but all their fans are saying if he wins, he can stay, even though the football is crap. As a football fan, you just want to win. You want to win trophies. Like, as bad as we've had really bad moments this season, if I end the season with a Champions League trophy, all of it was worth it for me. That's my opinion. If I end this season with a Champions League trophy, everything we experienced this season was just a part of the journey. It was just a part of the journey for me.
I'm with you.
And I'll go into next season with better players because Edwards is going to recruit and cover the gaps, and I think we'll go again. But that's my.
I would love to be wrong, Emeka. Emeka, I would love to be wrong. I would love just to be very clear here. I would love nothing more than for Arne Slot to publicly go out on a fucking press conference and say Mike Das LFC is a fucking moron. Watch what I do. I would love nothing more than that. I would love nothing more than to be wrong. I just don't think I will be.
I hear the bad football take, right? Like about the way we play, and like I hear it. Like, we're not always very enjoyable to watch and it can be quite boring at times. I watch a lot of football like we all do. I don't think there's a lot of teams that play good football, to be fair. At this moment in time, I really don't. I think there's a lot of boring football happening in Europe and in our own league right now. I don't think there's great games. I don't think there's games that I have to watch because it's just going to be amazing. You know, some teams play beautiful football. Brighton, you could argue, play better football than us, but they're not better than Liverpool, are they? You know, it's about winning games. It's about playing in a certain style of football, ain't it? And a certain way they're playing. And at the moment, for me as a Liverpool fan, the way we play is not good enough right now with the players we have. So I understand Mike's point about even if we win these things, I need to see a different kind of football happening right now. I need to see a better play, a better style, and a better system with the players we got. So I totally understand that point. Is Slot going to be ever that guy? So Slot wins the Premier League and wins the Champions League. It's some buts and maybes, obviously. It's always some buts and maybes. But if he did win them in 2 years, 2 trophies in 2 years, but you go into his third year, people go just be a little bit worried that the way we play is still going to be the same in the third season. And I can understand people's worry with that because they want to see a better style and a better system. I think that's what Mike's trying to get to.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
My worry ain't so much the style of play because I feel like if he was, say for example, he was to win the Champions League, so he gets a third season, I don't feel like the style of play would necessarily be the problem because I feel like the players would kind of have another year now of kind of getting to grips with what he wants to do. But it's his little things like his man management, how he treats the players and whatnot, how he uses the squad, because I don't feel like he rotates enough anyway. I don't feel like he gives the squad players or bench players enough minutes, and I don't feel like he gives the starters enough rest. And on top of that, it's like in-game substitutions, in-game management. Every time we're like 2-0 up and whatnot, and he makes us all withdraw. All these little factors is what I'm afraid of, personally. And I've had enough with what I've seen over the course of the season, and that goes as far as if we did win the Champions League, I've still had enough of that. I'm not saying I want a manager to come in and do a total reset because I didn't want Slot to do that this season, and he's come and did that. But in terms of what he's shown me, I'm Either or either. He wins silverware, he don't win silverware. It's sayonara for me personally.
I hear you. Listen, let me just grab the super and then gonna wrap it up. If Slot's wife ever needed a divorce lawyer against Slot, I would recommend to her Mike Das. By the time Mike Das is finished with his argument, Slot won't even have clothes to wear on his back.
I don't understand it, but I do think I would make a great mediator for any divorce. If you need any help, I'm your guy.
You would not make a great mediator at all, Mike. You would not make a great mediator.
Excuse me?
You would make a great lawyer, which is Bharat's point.
Mike's a great prosecutor. Isn't it?
You know, listen, my dad always wanted me to. I just love to argue. You know, I love arguing. It doesn't. We could agree on it, and I might just change my opinion for the sake of the argument. Because I just love to argue.
Audio engineer just doesn't suit your personality. Your personality is so much more like asshole-ish, you know, like
audio engineer,
like lawyer.
What do you mean?
You make a great lawyer.
But what do you mean audio engineer? Where did that come from?
Aren't you an audio engineer?
No. I work in music, but I'm not an audio engineer. I find the talent.
You told me you're an audio engineer.
No, I said A&R, not audio engineer.
I find a talent as well, but in a different world.
Hey, big up Jamie. But artists and repertoire.
Big up SB. Anyway, so we're gonna wrap it up here. My bad. I thought you're an audio engineer. You find talent? Fair enough. That's what I do as well. Big up.
I find people that are good with their maths as well. Do you know what I mean?
Jamie.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. KJSJ7 is in the description. That's where you can find KJ. Mike Das LFC is where you can find Mike. Liverpool Chess TV is where you can find Jamie. You can find Emeka on this channel exclusively. So like and subscribe to get more of Emeka. So everyone please hit the like button, subscribe. I'm back after 2 days hiatus. I'm back tomorrow, inshallah, on the Chelsea Hate Watch and the City Hate Watch. We will be there, inshallah.
Why are you City hate watching? We want them to win the league, man.
Yeah, let's go City. Arsenal, guys.
It's only who Sam.
Prediction. Hey, prediction right here, people. You heard it here first. 1-0 to Spurs. 1-0 to Spurs. Big up. Come on, Spurs. Come on, Spurs. Fuck Arsenal. No one wants. Hussam, don't you dare sit there and think that you want Arsenal to win the league. Who cares?
Oh, no.
It's in the past.
To do that. Today is Tudor.
It's in the past. I cannot allow Arsenal fans to be happy. No.
I'd rather see win the league. I'd rather see win the league.
Thank you, Jamie. Jamie has some. Emeka, Jamie, you guys all have sense. Hussam, you're delusional. Arsenal can never win the league. They're not allowed to win trophies as long as I watch football.
Let's agree to disagree.
So if you lived in England, I'm telling you right now.
Brother, I don't care about the fans.
They steal all of our songs. Every single song that Arsenal sing is the same. They're the only fucking team in the league that steals every. Guys,
that's a compliment. We're the originator.
It is a compliment. Yeah, well, I can't lie. Yeah, I was watching Troops and X's their match preview today, and when I heard Troops singing Eze's song, I died inside. I locked it off. I got so mad. I'm just like, nah.
When Villa do it, when Villa do it, it's a compliment. When Villa take Ale and they do it in a good way, that's a compliment. Because they're lower than us.
They've won the.
And they've also won the
Champions League to sing Ale. How are you singing?
I'm so glad that all of you guys have this energy. I love the fact that you guys hate Arsenal fans. I hate Arsenal fans too. They're very annoying. However, institution, I hate Manchester City. I don't hate Arsenal, the football club. I hate City.
You know what? But this isn't about institutions. This is about fans. And you know what? I want to see. I want to see Vader happy
Mike, I
more
get
than
it.
I want to see TJ.
TJ week in week out. I understand. That's fine.
Vader deserves the happiness, not TJ.
Big up.
Really? Like what is Vader? Not is Vader a good fan? He ain't irritating as shit.
Of course he is, but Vader, but Vader's my boy. Like I love Vader.
Vader's 100 times more irritating than your average Arsenal fan.
Yeah, but it's fun though. But the thing is that Vader does it with intelligence. TJ
he's irritating with fun.
TJ is just
now we're doing word salad.
His head is on Pluto. Come on, bro. Vader's a great guy, and I just
anyway. Let me hate. I'm gonna hate on City peacefully. Love you all.
I'll get on my knees for City, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That's three.
Anyway, guys, see you guys on Sarcasm.
That's a hat trick for
I'm gonna
Jamie.
send you guys over to Flawless. He's doing a call-in show. Love you all, and Hussam Raid in his chat. See you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Chelsea, Burnley. Come on, Burnley.